What's
Welcome back.
happening out there?
This is episode 10.
This is episode 10.
Funny story. We
Excellent story.
actually recorded episode 10 like a month ago.
Yeah.
And then we went to record it or went to edit it. We only had 5 minutes of it.
See, now I blame Slinky over here for her
It is
insolence because she
it's
probably
gotta
fucked
be
it
my
up
fault.
some way, somehow. She probably like fucking leaned on the keyboard and deleted some stuff.
But yeah, so you guys haven't heard it since we didn't actually have the content.
Correct?
But I graduated.
Yay!
I received my degree in environmental science.
Yay.
But a lot of the things that I was applying for required lab experience.
Right.
And so this is going to give me that lab experience, and I genuinely love it. So
Good.
I'll probably stay for a while, and I'll take my time getting the lab experience that I need, and then like finding something that I really truly want to do, with no rush of finding that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I do actually really like what I'm doing, and I actually like the people I work with.
That's good. That's
So
good.
there's like one that I'm just like,
So that girl you're talking about the other day?
yes,
That fucking 22-year-old child.
yes, which is fine, whatever.
Time to
But
bang on the table.
she can
Yo,
I
girl,
know,
come
I
smash
know.
on the fucking beaker,
know.
son.
smash on the beakers.
If I could get the camera in there.
I don't want to see
Right in the
that.
fucking bank vault, dude.
That's true. We are an old bank, so we do still have the vault. There's nothing in it. We're just using a stitch, but
Let's hope you're storing some stuff.
so, it's gonna be storing lots of stuff. Anyway,
Open and closed.
she came in the other day to make up some hours because I think she has the hots for one of the guys. So I think that she was just trying to impress him.
Was the
Like,
guy interested? Is he single?
Well, one time, like, I was in a fight and I punched this girl in the rib, and she went to the hospital, and apparently I broke her sternum. And I was
Okay,
like,
first of all, the sternum
"Bitch."
is not a rib for one.
I was like, I whipped my head around, and I was like, how in the fuck did you punch someone in the rib
and then break
and
their
break their sternum in 6th fucking grade?
Yeah,
Mind you,
like,
what
that's a
fucking
hard-
bodybuilder is in 6th grade punching someone in the rib so hard that it reverberates up and fucking breaks their sternum? It's not possible. And she was like, well, she was in the hospital for like a month, and like that's what she
I'd be like,
told-
I'm pretty
that's
sure you're
what
fucking lying.
That's what I'm just telling you. That's what she told me, that I broke her sternum. And I was like, first off, that sounds like a very 6th grade thing to do, to ask for pity.
Yeah, and
That,
also,
like-
yeah,
like,
but you're a girl.
Oh my god, like, she broke my fucking sternum. Like, everyone feel bad
Just
about
the
me
way you're
because
talking
this
like
bitch is a
her
bitch.
makes me want to fucking blow my skull into like pieces.
That's what she's like.
And I would wear fucking like earbuds to just like drown out the sound of her. Just
Well, thankfully, she's
like-
on a different shift than me, so I never work with her unless
thank fuck.
one of us has to, like, switch,
Yeah,
a shift.
whatever.
Which this is the first time it's happened since we've actually, like, finished our training and have split into our respective shifts.
And who gives a shit about being in a fight? Like, especially in middle
Well,
school.
here's
Like,
the thing, that the other guy,
yeah,
the guy that I think she has the hots for, is like a gym buff.
gay.
Like, which he's actually really funny though, because he is like all day long, like on his phone, like as he's working, he like watches anime
Mm-hmm.
and talks about just how badly he wants to like go home and just play video games. But also, he's like fucking buff as shit. And it's just funny to me because he's like two completely separate people in one body. Because he's just like the total fucking nerd, but also,
Like jacked.
yeah. It's so
happens.
funny to me. He's really cool. I fucking love the guy. But it's just really funny to me that he's just like complete opposites. But because of the fact that he's like so into like fitness and shit like that and being fucking strong and everything, she's just like, yeah,
She
like,
thought
I beat
being in a
this
fight
shit.
would be
I like
cool. Like,
beat this shit out of this girl in 6th grade. And I was like, no one in 6th grade is beating the shit out of anyone.
yeah, that's no one gives a shit.
Unless you push someone off of the fucking top part of the slide, you're not breaking anything on another 6th grader.
or push him off the bus.
Yeah, like or push them in front of a bus. Like, no.
Damn,
6th grader is-
dude. If some
That
sixth grade,
sick.
in my class was like, dude, I pushed him in front of the bus, that would be a fucking story for the ages. Like, did you hear about Brian? He killed Jeff. He like pushed me from the fucking bus while I was leaving. The kid got ran over like 4 times. Like, shit. I'm like, that man is a fucking legend. Buy that man a soda. Or give him a chocolate milk or at lunch or something.
buy him an extra chocolate milk.
Like, yo, bro, I heard you fuck some kid out. There you go.
Hey, man.
Dude, I had kids like that. There was a kid I went to in like 8th grade. He was fucking like jacked. Like, he was ripped. He was like 8th grader. And he got in a fight outside of lunch one day against this other kid who was like super tall but skinny. And I guess the dude that his name TJ was, I guess, like touching
his name was TJ.
Yeah, it was touching his girlfriend. So yeah, it was really like
touching.
I think touching, touching.
He walked past her in the hallway and grazed her shoulder.
No, he was like actually like trying to like grab her boobs or ass, whatever. I don't remember. But after lunch one day, we were all ass and titties trying to grab one or the other, and we were walking into the building, and my buddy was like, "Yo, hold up, let's be fine." I'm like, "Dude, fuck that was nice." Like, yeah, there's. I'm like, whatever. So I'm sitting there waiting, and sure enough, dude, you see TJ sitting there, and the dude fucking Justin comes up behind him. Pulls the shirt over the dude's head, which is kind of a bitch move, but still, pulling over the head and just wail on this kid.
I can't believe that shit actually happened.
Yeah,
that only happened in movies.
No, it was fucking. It was for a minute. Like we were a good like. It was probably from here to like your tree line out there, far away, maybe a little closer, maybe on the patio. If I was on the patio, and like, dude, you could hear this dude just hitting this dude's ribs.
Did he break his sternum?
Oh, he broke. No, he did break a couple ribs though, but no, he wasn't. And this kid was fucking jacked, but he wasn't that strong to break the sternum in 8th grade. But I guess this girl you got to work with was stronger than that.
In 6th grade.
And this dude was fucking ripped. Like this dude was like got like a bodybuilder. Like literally had like the 8-pack. Fucking was chiseled, like doing like 200 push-ups a night. He used to tell us like,
dear God.
And he was cool. He was real nice, but like he beat that shit out of that kid, dude. And he just the kid goes on the floor just in the fetal position, and this guy was like laying into this dude's ribs in the same spot.
You know what? Good for that guy.
And I could hear it. I could hear him punching his ribs from like 30 feet away.
Good for that guy.
And the teacher out there, yeah, it is good for that guy. The teacher there was like just blowing her whistle. Okay, she like that's gonna do something. I'm like, yeah, stop. Until when like the resource the resource officer came out. He was like a man, like 6'8" and fat. But yeah. But that was like really intense. Good minute. And then when they pulled him away, kicked dude in the face like twice. And like broke his teeth. Yeah, it was. That's yeah, but even then he didn't break the dude's sternum. So.
Wow. I guess he must be a fucking pussy then.
I guess so, dude. I guess so.
What does all that buffness do if you can't fucking break someone's sternum?
I've never broken my sternum except when I fall down the steps walking up them and I fall like on my chest and I can't breathe and I think I'm dying. And that is the worst feeling ever. It's been a while since I've done that, but when I do it, it's just like the worst time of my life.
But here's the thing though, like you break someone's sternum when you do CPR.
Yeah, and you're pushing on it a lot.
Yeah.
Like your whole fucking body.
Yeah, and even then, when I put my entire weight on someone and crack their fucking sternum,
which isn't even breaking it, it's cracking it, so it's like a fracture.
Like
it's like you just snapped it in half.
That makes sense, but to punch someone in the fucking rib, and it somehow magically travels all the way up to break their sternum, like bitch, who the fuck are you trying to kick?
Maybe she meant like the bone broke at the sternum, like the rib broke at where it holds the sternum at. You know what I'm saying? Where it connects to the sternum. Maybe it broke sternum. Like no, he probably broke the rib that was connected to the sternum.
Yeah,
that's like, not breaking. Especially since
it's not hard to break.
Especially since sternum's like 3 pieces, and mostly cartilage. There's a lot of cartilage there.
Yeah, that's exactly what she was like. She was like, "Well, it's mostly like cartilage." But it's like, do you know how hard it is to fucking break cartilage?
A lot.
A lot hard.
A lot. A lot.
Like, how many times have you broken your fucking ear?
I don't know. I mean, I broke my penis once. Just kidding.
I hate it when that happens.
I know, dude. Just whoop, wrong hole. Dude, that happened to one of my ex-girlfriend's sister's boyfriends.
My ex-girlfriend's sister's boyfriend.
My ex-girlfriend's sister was with the guy she was with who was in my grade, and she was like 2 grades below him, so a little skep already. But I guess they were going. I guess she was fucking just going to town on this dude, and fucking I guess went too far up and came back down, and bloop, just fucking broke it. I'm like. I didn't know that was a real thing. I thought that was like myth and legend. But I guess you really can break the cartilage when it's that fucking hard.
Oh my god!
I know, dude.
That is terrifying.
Yeah, and I've never forgotten about that. And she was like, "Dude, I broke his dick."
Imagine like, what would you do if I just walked in one day? Well, I don't know where I would walk in because now we don't work.
You can always walk in. I mean, the store's there, so
I can still walk in and just be like, "So I broke a dick today." You're
Your
like,
own?
I'm sorry, what?
Your own dick?
Pause, rewind, start again.
I hope they're okay. Was it on purpose, or was it like someone
Like a
tried
dick as in like a person, or like a person's dick?
like did they try? Was it like a friend, or was it like some some guy trying to like get up on you, and you're like, dude, fuck off, and you just crotch up in the fucking dick, which is also
Dude,
hard.
I would love to karate chop a dick off.
Off, not just chopping and breaking it off, just swing. It's just like
I have a fucking blade hands.
easy blade, easy there, home dude, fucking Wesley Snipes,
Chris Christopherson.
Chris Christopherson.
It was actually fucking Kurt Russell.
Oh, that's for sure Kurt Russell. I'm taking to the grave. That's Kurt Russell. I hope he comes out and says, "Yeah, that was me."
I hope on his deathbed he's like
he's on his deathbed.
he's been on his deathbed.
He's like 78
since fucking 98 apparently, or whatever year Blade came out.
Yeah, it's mid 90s, so it's been a minute.
But yeah, needless to say, I don't work with you anymore.
I know, it's sad. Fucking bummed out.
Which is sad because now I don't get to see my best friend at work every day.
I know, it's fucking bollocks, matey.
Sad day.
I know,
sad.
it is sad. It's okay though.
Apparently, there has been some good shit that I've missed.
I wouldn't necessarily call it good shit. It's just the
us.
regular shit, and you're just like you hear it, and you're like, just shake your head, like, I believe it, but I don't want to listen to it.
How is Muff Von Clutch?
Muff got a scorpion, which he likes to call Scorp. That's not the name of Scorpion. He likes to call Scorpion Scorps because like he spends so much time of.
What is the scorpion's name?
Stryker, Stryker. Like that would have been a great name, like '90s. Like, dude, Stryker's a badass fucking name. But now it's 2000, you're like, that is a such '90s name. Like that'd be like name it Blazer or Laser.
like a dodgeball.
Yeah, dodgeball. Yeah.
and
yeah.
Michelle.
And yeah, Michelle. But yeah, just like that. That's what it's like. It's like. But like, I guess but the best thing is that he named it after a fucking tank, because we all know Muff's into tanks and guns and like military stuff and planes. So yeah, he named it after a Stryker. I'm like, which makes sense because it does strike, it has a tail, you know,
yeah,
and it does whip, but just like really, Muff. Dude, Stryker. Well, he got a new dog. His mom got a dog.
So he has a new dog.
His mom's dog that she bought for herself, but of course she's not taking care of it. And so this is what gets me is that they had a dog named was it Aries.
Yes. Did it die?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know.
I just know that he had been talking about how bad off it was.
Fuck him and his dog. Anyway.
I don't want to fuck him or his dog.
No, I didn't say you. I'm just saying maybe someone on here wants to listen to fuck him.
If y'all want to fuck Muff and
his dog,
Muff,
let us know, please, because I'll send you a picture of him, and then maybe they'd be like, I don't want to fuck that dude. Unless you're desperate, I don't know. Anyway.
I got pictures of him.
But
a picture of all three of us on my last day.
I know. I got it on my phone.
I love it.
Motherfucker. But he got a dog. Like, what do we name it? And he's like, oh, let's name it Thor. I'm like, oh my god, I know. Like people name their like, you're gonna get an animal, give it like a different name that people haven't named. Like he's like Thor. I'm like, how many? I've known at least 3 people have had dogs named Thor. And then he's like, what about Zeus? I'm like, again, another name that's so overly common. Like at least my dog's name is Persephone. You don't hear that name too often, so it's like, okay, it's different.
Right.
But like Thor and Zeus and Ares, it's
like naming like a cat, like a white cat, like Fluffy or Snowball,
or like Bianca or something. Yeah. Oh, hey Fluffy, hey Snowball.
Like out of here with that.
Or Baby. One of my exes when I was a teenager had a cat named Baby.
So
it was a white cat.
I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like if it's something that you've had since you were like a kid and your parents let you like name it as a child, and you were just like, "Oh, baby!"
Are you like 4? Oh my god, baby, goo goo gaga! I'm gonna go color.
Oh my god,
I'm gonna go paint the cat.
Oh my god, baby!
But yeah, it's just I was just like him and a scorpion because his spider died. That's why he got the scorpion. He had a tarantula named Roxy. He was like 5 years old.
That's right.
Yeah, and then I guess he died, and he was like sad, so he got a scorpion finally. He wasn't gonna get a lizard, but he backed out of that.
Talking about that fucking lizard.
Yeah, it's fucking lizard. I told him to get a goanna, but he didn't want to.
He doesn't want to do anything we say.
I know, so he got the scorpion, which is cool. I mean, whatever. Scorpions are cool things to have, but yeah. So he's been talking to me about fucking Flight Simulator and. Because I guess I came on PC. He's like, I'm flying here and there. And he's like, the other day I fell asleep flying in Japan. I woke up. I was just like flying into a building. I'm like, cool story, bro.
You know what I would have said? Why don't you go really fly into a building? I'd have been like, hey, Muff, why don't you actually go fly into a fucking building for all of us?
And then one of the people he knew in like the air show died.
He always is knowing someone in a fucking air show who's
I guess this guy was named something. I guess this guy was like famous. I guess he did like a lot of plane stuff, like movies and stuff. And like he was a guy who was on top one of the like pilots in Top Gun, and like she flew for like on film.
And he knew him.
Yeah, like
personally?
him and his dad actually knew this guy because they'd go to the air shows and see him. But he was like, he flew and he took a dirt nap. I fucking love it. I'm like, dude, oh my god.
Wall pizza are like his two
no, he says wall pizza all the time. Dirt nap. I'm like, Mike. I'm like, that's our laugh. He's like, what? I'm like, it's funny. It's just so bad. Take a fucking dirt nap. Like, Jesus Christ.
The worst part is I have started saying that.
Dirt nap.
Yeah, I have.
Have you?
And it makes me sad.
Why?
Because I got that from Muff.
Dude, well, at least that's a good thing you got from Muff. At least you can get his fucking retardation or his fucked up fucking neck beard.
Did not get my neck beard from Muff. I did it all myself.
Just a neck beard. But yeah, other than that, I mean, he's just been the usual Muff. Dude, I'm like, what? He's still talking to me from like 20 feet, 30 feet away. I'm like, dude, I can't hear him. I'm just like, nodding my head. Yep, sure, Or he'll be talking to me like 6 feet from me. I'm like, Mike, I can't hear you. It's such a weird dichotomy because he'll be far away and I can't hear him. Then he'll be close to me. I still can't hear the motherfucker. I'm like, dude, is there like turn your volume up when you're far away, and then like when you're this close, I shouldn't turn up that loud. Like, dude, like,
dude, I'll not forget on like my last day when I was like, you mumbling fuck, can you like please speak up? Like, we can't fucking hear you.
I did the other day. He was like, he did today. I was telling him, I was like, some of the bombs like, what? Like, Mike, come over here. You gotta come over, dude. I can't hear you. Like, you're fucking over here mumbling. Like, move your stash out of your fucking mouth and come over here.
Is it still out of control?
No, it's more upkept now. But it's just funny though. Still wearing the high waters. I love it.
He'll never stop with the high waters.
No, it's not. Speaking sad news. If you are listening to us for any amount of time, you know that me and Slink Dink over here are big fans of a comedy troupe known as The Whitest Kids You Know, WKUK. Fucking excellent comedy sketch group. And one of their main actors, Mr. Trevor Moore, has passed away, and that is sad for us.
I cried.
Did you seriously cry?
Well, I cried at first. I've been fine since, but
you didn't even know the guy.
I cried.
You're so dramatic.
I am.
I hope Smokestack told you you're also dramatic.
No. He's actually the one who told me, and you should have seen his face. I was sitting down on the couch, and he went upstairs to do something. He came down the stairs, and he just like stopped, like right in front of the table, and like looked over at me, and he was just giving me this look, like something was wrong, and I was like. And at first I got angry. I was like, what?
I know. She was like being stared at.
I was like,
what? Creep.
Like, what is wrong? And he like did not want to speak. And he was like, Trevor Moore died. And I was like, what? Just like in complete shock. Like, did not fucking believe him. And I was like, what? And I just kept saying it. Like, what? He was like, I just saw it. I didn't want you to like, I saw it and I had to tell you. I didn't want you to find out on your own. Like, I had to come tell you. And I literally didn't believe him. And I'm like sitting there like looking it up on my phone because I'm like just in this complete state of shock.
Disbelief.
And well, he had just been streaming the night before.
I mean, yeah, people
up until like 10 or 11 o'clock.
He died in some accident. I know what it was.
I know they haven't come out and said anything except for it was an accident. And I read but anyway, I'll get more into detail with that in a minute.
Yes, please.
And then I pulled it up on my phone and I saw it and I just started to cry. I was so upset. And of course I texted you immediately.
Yeah, I was at the concert when you texted me that. I was like, what?
I was so upset. Well, it was just like, I was fine after that initial cry. I was okay. And obviously, like, it really, really, really bums me out. But
it's like you know the guy, but it's still like part of your childhood.
The reality of it isn't, and we've talked about it, and I've talked about it on here before. Like, for me, comedy and humor in general are like one of, if not the most important things, like in my life.
Probably a lot of people's lives.
And
it's just good to laugh.
That point in my life, like that was so instrumental in developing my humor and my sense of like comedy. And I think it's very obvious for both of us that that's
Oh yeah, that's what we used to talk.
kind of
That's how we.
what
That's how you and I became friends because we would fuck.
I mean,
I was
that
saying some
literally-
shit from one of the skits, and you're like, "Is that why skid you know?"
Like, and it was such an instrumental point of my life.
Oh yeah.
And he was almost directly responsible for that. And it was really, really, really upsetting to me because they had just all gotten back together in the last year. They just all got back together and they were making new stuff, making new content. They were in the process of making a new movie, which thankfully they have all the voice work done for because it's an animated movie.
Nice.
And all of his voice work is done. They're literally in the process of getting the funding. So I plan on donating to get his last project made and finished.
That's very nice of you.
And if anyone else wants to donate, I will put all the information into the show notes. So there will be a link to donate to their last project.
Their last hurrah. Do you think they'll keep going after this or no? Probably not. How could you? You're taking like a fundamental piece of the troop out.
I mean, him and Sam are the one who founded the group.
Well, that'd be like
it was his idea. The whole group was him. It was his idea, and he told Sam, "Let's start a comedy troupe." Like the first night they met.
That'd be like taking like one of the people from Impractical Jokers out, like taking like Q away or Joe. Like you're like, oh, it's just not even the same.
Yeah, it's not the same at all.
So, you think you can put anybody else in there to like replace him either? Like,
no one can replace. No one's gonna replace him.
Dude, I was watching the fucking a Super Size with that whiskey one the other day. I was just fucking
I
crazy. I was like,
fucking love that one.
It's like, you met with the coat check girl. Apparently, I met with the coat check girl. she has a name. Cody. Cody Ann. I got a big ass bruise on my side when I'm like, I can't help but think that's from the alcohol. Hey guys, you can jump down these fucking stairs, or like he says.
I've been going back and rewatching some of the stuff that they've released in the last year. Yeah. But him and Zak, they do a stream, and I think it was.
Have they done one since his death?
No, they haven't even released
anything.
The actual stream that they were doing the night that he died.
He also had a show on Comedy Central too.
Mm-hmm. The Trevor Moore show.
Yeah, Trevor Moore show, yeah.
Which is he had started it before. Like he's been under contract with Comedy Central for a while.
Well, he
did like a 24-hour like thing. And he had stand-up stuff as well. But he's stayed employed since The Whitest Kid You Know. Mm-hmm. Like he's done a lot of writing. And he was doing a Disney show, like a Disney prank show.
Oh, was he?
And it was called Walk the Prank. And it was like a kid's prank show.
It's weird.
And he was...
It's funny how you can go from like such an extreme like adult humor to like, let's do a kid show.
I think Sam's doing stuff on like Cartoon Network.
Well, it's weird because my son likes to watch a show called Puppy Dog Pals on Disney. Mm-hmm. And it's made by Harlan Williams, who is... Yeah, the fucking Kenny from fucking Half Baked. Yeah, like you would never think that dude is gonna make a kid show, and he does voice work. I'm like, dude, that's Harlan Williams. Like, what? Right. Like it's just weird.
But also I think it just kind of depends on how like when they get older and stuff. Like Trevor has a kid. A 3-year-old son. Yeah, 3 or 4.
And his wife.
But they had just been streaming late that night, and he had said in the stream that his wife was out drinking with friends. And that he had already put their son to bed, all that kind of stuff. And he was streaming until late. And then from the most recent news article I read, his wife came home and found him in the yard and called 911 at like 2:30 in the morning.
He like was doing something like slipped and fell and hit his head. Or...
No idea. But here's the craziest part.
In the yard, I mean.
Yeah, what was he doing out in the yard after...
Whatever. I mean, maybe he was drunk or he was drinking, but
he wasn't drinking like real hard on the stream or anything. But it could have after he ended it. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, people die and their homes all the time is falling, hitting your head on something. That don't take much, dude.
But what's interesting about it though is that they did his post-mortem autopsy, right? And they came back inconclusive.
What does that mean? They couldn't find what killed him?
Yeah, they have to wait for all of the stuff to come back. to do a more in-depth,
Yeah.
actual, like, in-depth autopsy rather than just a post-mortem. All right.
Hey-o!
I don't know what just happened there. I think
Oh, we do. Hey, we lost internet connection.
Yeah.
We just fucking found this out. You're like, I don't know what happened there. Like, bitch, you do know what happened.
I was going to say.
What were you going to say?
What I was going to say is I think that was Trevor talking to us.
Oh, it could have been. Who knows?
I think it was Trevor. That's what I choose. Apparently,
so.
my internet just decided to go out and
Shit.
stopped our stream.
Shit
Or stopped
itself.
our
Recording.
And
Dude, us streaming would be a fucking horrendous idea.
Oh, I think it would be great.
It would be great.
Start streaming.
Streaming.
Streaming,
Streaming.
and screaming.
Yeah, I don't want to be screaming on the stream.
Ah!
I want to scream on the stream. And might make people cream. But I ain't trying to do that. I know, I'm just saying. Hey,
Anyway. So, basically, what's up to Trevor? Thanks for interrupting our recording.
Yeah, but shout out to him and that troop because that was just a lot of good comedy. I remember being in fucking like 9th grade. I remember the first thing I think the very first thing I remember was the Hitler rap. That was like the thing that came out. And I remember like HITLER driving down the street in my fancy car. And I was like, dude, that's hilarious. And then like I started like Abraham Lincoln. I still haven't seen them because they're still releasing like skits because it was on the IFC channel, which I didn't have.
Yeah, I had IFC.
I didn't have it, so I had to find stuff on YouTube. But they're still releasing stuff. I'm like, I never seen this before. It's probably like a decade old.
Yeah, well, they just got all of the rights to it about a year ago.
I had IFC on it. Which
ended up perfect because it ended up being right around quarantine time. And as soon as they got... Because I've followed them all on social media and shit like that. And I remember Trevor posting a picture of all of their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like that everything had finally been released and they got all the cuts that they were all, that they finally have the rights to again. And I don't know if it had been, 10 years or something. I don't know how that works.
It's been a while. I don't know how that works.
I mean, the show was on, I think, from like
mid-2000s.
07 to 11.
Yeah. So
it would have been roughly 10 years.
About 10 years. It's fair. The contract finally ran out on the rights.
Yeah.
And they got it back.
Yeah.
Dude,
so they started slowly posting all of the skits one by one, and then, of course, since they were all in quarantine, they started like video chatting.
Yeah, they were.
Of them and talking about each skit and stories, like behind the scenes stories and stuff like that. But I don't know if someone's gonna pick that up and keep doing it because Trevor's the one who always does all that and edits everything, and I don't know if Zak's gonna do that instead or what. But
then keep going.
Yeah,
I might just disband, dude. How strong would it be if you found out like one of the other people killed him?
I would.
How of a fucking murder mystery would that? Oh, Timmy for sure, because everybody hates that motherfucker.
I was rewatching one of their videos the other day.
It's the hot dog one.
But that's what I'm talking about. Like that one with the blue hair. Have you seen the blue hair Timmy one?
No, there's a lot of ones I haven't seen.
There's a skit where Timmy has blue hair, and it's like Trevor walks out of a store, and Timmy's walking down the street, and he's got this fucking electric blue hair, and he's like, Trevor, hey, check it out, man, I got blue hair. Like, all that. And he like walks right out into the street and gets just fucking macked, and he's like on the ground dying pretty much, and he's like, I bet you guys can't believe you're talking to me right now and I've got blue hair. All he can talk about is this fucking blue hair. And they were talking about that skit, and there were apparently a lot of skits that they wrote without Timmy being there.
Yeah.
And it was that one and the hot dog skit. And Trevor was like, I remember calling you, like talking to Timmy personally and asking you, are you going to want to do this? He was like, because I really thought, especially the hot dog one, that it was going to be one that you just really did not want to do. Because I always, whenever he wasn't there, would just pick on him like crazy and write the most ridiculous skits for him. And he was like, I felt so bad, but it was so funny. I knew we had to do it.
He's like their Kenny from South Park.
Basically.
Just getting shit on all the time.
Just fucking kill him off.
Imagine that. Imagine you find out like get Timmy killed him, whatever his name is. Is it Timmy? What is his name?
Timmy.
Imagine that, like, he just had it. He just fucking snapped. He's just like, but I wonder. I hope they do release like information on how he did that because it's weird to be found in your yard. And usually, if you're in your yard with no physical like injuries, it's probably an internal thing.
Right.
Like it just went
right
in your yard. But maybe it's playing lawn darts.
He fucking got himself.
Got himself.
You know what?
It's dark at 2:30.
I have a Google News alert set up, like a Google search alert. So whenever they actually release
a Peter Pan peanut butter alert.
Whenever they actually release, when they find out, like when they get all the tests and shit back, and they actually find out what really did kill him, I'll know immediately.
Oh, my back.
What the fuck was I about to say? Oh, I've been on Reddit. Of course, I have the WDK UK subreddit, and those people are fucking psycho though.
I don't even get on Reddit because like
they're fucking
I guess you can type in anything and there's a Reddit like a fucking tag for whatever you call it. Because I don't like
pretty much.
I don't even know those like WKUK ones. I just get trashy stuff. And that's what I send to you. It's just shit trashy. It pops on my it just pops up. It's like trashy. I'm like, what's this one? Bling. What's this? Like the one I said the fucking kid lady had a stroller with a kid in it and had like a blanket over the front of the stroller like the kid was sleeping, and then she opens up the blanket's just like a bunch of food with fake legs hanging out the bottom. I'm like, that's a good fucking idea. That's excellent. No one's gonna question it.
So fucking ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
But those motherfuckers are like straight up psycho. Like I said, I cried when I first found out, and I was super bummed. And I think it was just like a shock.
Did not expect that to happen.
Of just like literally one of like my biggest, in reality, one of my biggest inspirations. Someone that I genuinely looked up to, like someone who started from absolute nothing and made something so big that entertained so many people, us included.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just a regular guy.
Oh yeah, they're all regular people.
I know, but I don't know.
Like a fucking alien or like some monster from the depths.
He kind of looks like an alien.
Well,
looked like an alien.
he did have time. He's got a little in the cheeks, a little gaunt. It's gaunt more sunken in. I forget.
But
Timmy though looks like a fucking third-rate
like
Danzig.
Actual serial killer.
Looks like a third-rate Danzig.
He looks like a fucking serial killer.
He does, dude.
But those people on Reddit though are like, I haven't stopped crying since I heard the news. Like, I have had to excuse myself from family functions so I can go cry in a corner. I'm not kidding. Literal things I've read on Reddit, and I'm just like, okay.
That is some hardcore fandom.
I literally consider this guy one of my fucking heroes. I cried once for 5 minutes as soon as I found out it happened, and then I was done. So, like, how the fuck have you not stopped crying for a fucking week and a half over some guy that you've never met?
They probably haven't, and they're just saying that to fucking, just to say it, just to fucking get people, give me attention, please.
Just like, none of you are any more important than anyone else who's posting on that subreddit. Not entirely true, because the guys get on there and they interact with people, and Trevor was always on there interacting with people, and Timmy wrote a really long long post the other day, which was really nice.
Because he killed him.
We should just start spreading that. No, that's terrible.
It is terrible, but hey, that's how you do it.
I think he would love it.
I'm sure he would.
I honestly think that
I would do a skit with him, with like Trevor there, about him being dead and it being Timmy as a serial killer. That would be such a great like last hurrah. Yep. Obviously, plus the movie, the voice what they did, but like have last have like him being dead and then like Timmy like seeing his house. He's like had like all the notes like all planned out. Like that's like that scene from Always Sunny with Charlie. Like it's just like that. It's like fucking things on how to kill him. That'd be hilarious.
That would be funny.
They're like all in on it.
He's like, you just see like the hot dogs, the blue hair, like,
yeah,
all these like crazy ass skits that they wrote about.
Pictures of him like with darts in it, like like he's got like a punching bag with his face on it.
It's just like a punching bag with long black hair. Like that's all it is.
Long black hair.
That's it.
Fuck you, Dr. Kyle.
Dr. Kyle
always make me the woman.
I
was trying to tell my dad about that because you sent me that. I was like at like the Brit Floyd concert.
Mm-hmm.
It was about to begin, or it was either about to begin or it was like midway through. I was tired as fuck that day, but that was a good concert, which I'll get into later. But yeah, I was like, oh, what the fuck? I was like, so you sent me. It was just the article and the link, and I was like,
and a bunch of my
Trevor Moore died. And I was like, Trevor Moore died. Blah blah. I was like, what? hold on. I read it and I was like, I was posting like, who's this? I'm like, I can't, like, who's this? My dad's like, who's this? I was like, yeah, I'd have to show you clips. I started talking about the one about like the homeschool one. And like at the homeschool, he's like, oh, you're in detention. Go outside. Oh, no, not in the backyard where the pool is. I'll go get my trunks. No, go in the basement. Oh, in the basement where there's the pool table. Oh, okay. I guess I'll go down there. just go to your room. Great, Mom. Thanks. Have a good day.
I love it. I started making people watch it at work.
Oh, did
well, the one guy had watched them when he was younger because he's like our age, and then the other one he's a few years younger and he was a very sheltered child. So he was like,
I love showing sheltered people stuff, and
honestly,
you're like,
this is my favorite pastime.
Showing sheltered kids.
Yeah, especially if it's the white
like you.
And now I got everyone
watching it.
I got everyone as soon as like they're like, Hamlet all the time. I said
shit.
It was like when I walk back in here, when I come back from vacation, I want everyone to be like, Hamlet as soon as I walk in.
They'll probably forget.
Probably.
They probably all hate you secretly.
Oh,
and I would not be surprised like everybody at my work hates me. I'm like, sounds about right. I hate you, but you know.
I did put all those googly eyes on everything and they thought it was
That's
pretty
awesome.
funny.
That's great. That's a great idea. I wish I could do that.
It was funny.
Googly eyes. You googly eyed bastard.
My boss just admitted it the other day that he's seen them.
You should put them on your glasses, like right in the corners.
My glasses.
like right in the corners up here. I'm surprised you haven't done it yet.
That's genius. I had never thought about it.
So that's why you got me here.
Idea.
The brains of the operation. Half the brains.
The brains of the operation.
Half the brains.
Yeah, we've got a good one whole brain between the two of us.
Well, when we're together. When we're separate, we're like fucking geniuses. And then we're together, I was like, IQ drops to like
12.
negative something.
12.
How negative? Yeah. Negative. I don't know if you could have negative IQ, but if there was, we'd be that.
Fair. I
Fair.
like that.
Like,
that's true.
That's true. But yeah, so that is sad that he passed away, and
this episode is dedicated to Trevor,
to him, and all the comedy stuff he's done, and make people laugh, and also to give our condolences out to his friends and his family and his son.
Absolutely.
And hope they I'm trying to say here.
I mean,
hopefully they move on and
stick together and try and get through this. I mean, that's all they can do. Anyone who wants to, donate literally $1 to getting his last project made, I think is a really cool and really important thing. They also had a store.
I'll probably donate.
Which I also bought one of they had like a zip up jacket, which I just said the other day I wanted a new zip up jacket, and then got on the store and I bought one, and it has like the regular White Kid You Know logo on the front, and then on the back has like the giant production logo. So I bought that, and it was like $45, which is about what you would expect to buy a zip up hoodie online for. But they also have a bunch of shirts, and there's one that I want to buy you for Christmas.
Oh shit! So, hope it says Hamlet.
It does not. But
there's Hamlet. You should get Hamlet. I should get shit. Hamlet. Shit.
There are two that I want to buy you, but I think the one for sure I'm gonna get you.
Okay, thanks. I gotta start fucking finding Christmas gifts.
I will post the link to the where you can donate for their last movie. It's called Mars to get made, and I will also post the link to their merch store, so you can still rep it.
I wonder
and get them the money.
How the animated movie is gonna be, because like Trailer Park Boys did that, and it seemed like it's really weird because an animation can do so much more. Yeah. But because you can do so much more, it takes like. I think take some of the not necessarily humor, but like some of the reality out of it.
Yeah,
when you go from a real show to a cartoon, like segue, like it's just bizarre because you can do so much more. But I feel like the voice acting is different than actually being there, because like there's so many facial animations you can do, and so much
with
like
those guys.
Those guys, animations like facial expressions, body language.
But to be fair, I don't really know what the movie is about,
right?
What it actually is.
But just like I remember,
so it might be just something completely different.
Like especially with Trevor, his face expression was like so great. Like, especially like the PCP was like, oh. Like 4:00 today, and like, it's just his face, eyes wide,
an hour ago,
like eyes wide open, mouth. I'm like, like 4 p.m. today. I was like, yeah. So I got they're like collateral. He's like, yeah. It's like, is that liquid? Is that like PCB and liquid? Yeah, science.
I didn't even know they had it in liquid form.
All right, well, see you later. Have fun with your gallon of PCP.
He's like, you do a lot of PCP? And he's like, got a gallon.
Oh, that would make sense.
Yep, you got a gallon. I love it.
I do love it.
I love it.
R.I.P. my friend. We'll see you in the
Rip.
afterlife at one point, maybe.
Rip, bro. We will see you in the afterlife, and he's gonna be down there fucking rolling hell with us. He'll probably be down there. We might have to usurp him.
Usurp him?
Yeah.
Usurp, like take the throne?
Yeah.
Oh, he'll probably come. He'll probably hang out with us.
I bet he would.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah, we have great ideas for skits.
We'd be like, listen, man, had you lived longer, we probably would have met you because we're gonna be super successful.
Probs.
And we would have been like...
And dude, you never got to meet him either.
I know. How many times have I said that?
I always...
Literally one of
like,
my dreams.
I always envisioned, like, finding a way to meet him and then, like, telling you, hey, I got a ticket to go meet this motherfucker. And you'd be like, oh my God, like, my dreams have come true.
Yeah, that's seriously...
Like, you are the BFB.
You are my BFB, bro.
You are my BF... You're my BFW.
What?
Best friend Widge.
Oh, Widge. Widgy bitch.
You Widgy bitchy.
I am a Widgy bitch.
You BFWB.
BFWB.
Best friend Widge bitch. Widgy bitchy.
Yeah, man. And I think I've talked about that on here.
I think you have.
Too.
I'm gonna go see him.
That would be my...
Or see them.
That would be my peak.
Like, hey, man,
meeting them.
Do you would shift like, hey man, I got you a birthday present. It's like all walk to the door.
I would.
You'd probably fucking die. You'd probably have a heart attack.
I would be the dead one.
You'd have a fucking heart like
the dead of an accident in her yard.
And I mean, being me, like this day, like try and top that.
My birthday's in X amount of months.
It's in 8 months. Good luck. Unless you get fucking Pink Floyd in the door.
Oh, God.
Or fucking like Neil deGrasse Tyson. So yeah.
I'm screwed.
No, that'd be crazy.
It's just sad.
And
the thing is that one of the last times you came over, we watched Miss March as well.
Yeah, we did watch it. Yeah, fucking horse-dick.mp.
Fucking, it's just such an important thing in my life.
Yes, I'd never seen the movie. What you had, I mean, WK was kind of like starting when I was in high school, so it's already had it like it was still new.
Yeah.
But by the time you were coming up, it was still that's kind of like already been around.
Yeah, I mean, I remember.
Like I don't have IFC either, so.
I remember seeing it on YouTube probably in 2007 because I was in 7th grade, and that's when the show had started and people had been posting it on YouTube. And so the first thing I ever saw was the Cubicle Boss, and I remember being at my friend Jeff's house, and we had this whole crew of people that we hung out with, and we all just stood around his computer, and he had a tri-level house.
Yeah,
and we sat on like. Not the basement, but that first lower level.
Yeah.
Around his computer. We all stood there.
Oh, those are the days, dude.
And watched the Cubicle Boss. And since then, I was fucking hooked. And I was like, this is a show. I've got to figure out how to watch the show. And I found out when it was on and what channel it was on.
Back when we used to watch TV.
And I turned it on. And the first thing I saw on the actual TV was the dating game.
Yes.
And I want to see your boobs going across the hood of my car. Jimmy's just like,
let me take him out and fuck it. Please. I'll pay whatever you want. So let me take him out and fuck it.
That goes for anybody. I'll fuck anyone. I'll pay you to let me fuck you. And like and that was the first thing I saw. And then so that was 7th grade.
And it's like
so 2007,
you were like 12,
I was 13 years old.
And you're just like, what the fuck is this magical moment? This magic moment.
That was me right there. In my room. And I just
picture you standing there and like everything goes dark so like a spotlight and you're just like just fucking looks like dazzling, like this gleam of fucking stars across, like bling, bling,
I had
bling.
such a crush on Zak.
And it's like, which one's Zak?
Zak's the one who was
in the movie,
also
Miss March.
Yeah,
they're the only ones twin, aren't they?
Yeah,
because I don't remember seeing Timmy or Darren or
Timmy, Darren, nor Zak. None of them
or
are
Sam.
Yeah, I meant Sam, not Zak. Yeah, it's just Trevor and Zak.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
But it made the best clip of Sam ever. That audition tape.
Oh yeah.
I'm you Hefner, and I invented porno. You guys make me so fucking nervous.
Dude, you can do the part better than Hugh Hefner? Dude, at least let me try. In my heart of hearts, I know I can do this.
I do not want to play a fucking black guy.
Right. I'm a white that guy better be black. I'm a white Christian male. Motherfucker. Great. I'm out the window now.
You guys are fucking assholes. I love it. I could talk about this all fucking day, though.
Speaking of animation, I have been watching a lot of Recess on Disney.
Oh my god, I forgot you told me you've been watching
I've been
Recess.
watching hella Recess, dude. Been watching enough. It was so crazy because like when you watch a show and you hear them talk, it's like you think they're like, what's what I'm trying to look for here? Like you kind of fuck. Say the word. You kind of rate them because they're fourth graders,
right?
But they don't act. They don't talk like fourth graders. They talk like fucking adults who made the show.
Right.
And so, hey, like you're 25, 26, 30, like trying to act like a 10-year-old. Yeah, they're like 10. I'm like, dude, they're only 10. Like what? Like, are you sure they're only fourth grade? I'm like, so I'm doing that. Like fourth grade, I was like, yeah, fourth grade. I was like 10, 11. Yeah. I've been watching the fuck out of it, dude.
Yeah, I liked Recess.
And I
liked the movie.
Yeah, I'm watching the movie yet, but I'm doing that after I watched the entire show because the movie came after the show.
Yeah, I think it was like a continuation.
It was.
I think it was like the show got canceled and they wanted to like end the
movie.
show.
And they did another movie, so they had two movies.
I didn't realize that.
But so many voice actors. I like to like listen to voice actors and like see what else they play. Mm-hmm. So like in there you have like one of the girls that was fucking like Bobby Hill. And then like one was like the chick that plays what's her name? It's Jennifer something, and she plays
Jenny the Teenage Robot.
No, she doesn't. I would be hilarious. She does like Tara from Teen Titans, and like Gwen Tennyson from Ben 10. Do we? And it's a good show. And who else the fuck is it? And she also plays the daughter. If anybody has seen, I don't even talk about the movie before. What Women Want with Mel Gibson.
Yeah, you have talked about that before.
Motherfucker falls in the bathtub with a fucking hair dryer. Then can wakes up and can hear what women think.
Which is the most random shit in the world.
I know, it is random shit, but you know it's funny. But his daughter is that girl.
Okay.
And so, but it's her, and she plays Gretchen. She says such a familiar voice. Mm-hmm. You hear her speak like, yeah, I know that chick. Like she's the same voice of every character she does.
Right.
It doesn't change.
Right.
Who else in that show? Fucking your boy, fucking Vince LaSalle is fucking Tucker.
What?
From Danny Phantom.
Yeah.
That internet sounds like that is fucking Tucker, isn't it? Of course, it's the same guy, and Arnold plays in it. Hey Arnold, he plays King Bob. I'm like, dude, he sounds so familiar. Like that voice sounds familiar. And I'm like, is that Arnold? Like, sure enough, sure it is.
Love me some Arnold.
But that's crazy. Like you hear voices and like, dude, these voices sound familiar. You go look him up. Oh, that's what he does.
It also
that's what
cracks me up when it's like the same handful of shows that you watched when you were a kid. It's not like, oh, they did this show and then they moved on to this show.
But it's like the same.
Feels like
same group of shows
in the same shows at the same time. That
they usually are.
Did like 10 different shows at one time.
Especially in the 90s.
How did I not notice that when I was a kid?
Because you're not paying attention. You don't fucking care about people's voice. You just play it. And then you're already like, oh, like those are the same voices because, you know, the show's in the 90s. Basically, you had the same people.
Right.
That that certain group of voice actors, because that's who the voice actors were in that time.
Right.
Like you hear people, I'm like, oh, that's motherfucking Tommy Pickles. Like, what the fuck? Like some people do so many fucking voices. You're like, what the like the guy who plays
Tommy was voiced by a woman.
Yes, E.G. Daily.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, but also, like, just like, you know, Chucky Finster is also Dexter from Dexter's Lab. He also plays Oblina from Our Real Monsters.
Love that show too.
But she died like 6 years ago, I think. You don't even hear about that either. A lot of voice actors die. You're like, you don't even hear about it. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? That's like a pivotal point in kids. Is
but I don't think that
voice actors who do like not just one role, but like a different bunch of roles of also like popular shows.
Yeah, it's pretty rare that you see a bunch of news around a voice actor dying just because they don't get as much attention
as they should.
Yeah.
Oh, Brad Pitt had a new kid, or the dog of so and such looks like this. I don't give a fuck about the Jenners or the fucking Kardashians.
Yeah, today I got like a Google News thing, like a recommended article that was something like, oh, so and so and so and so, or like there's fueling the dating rumors. By being on a fucking motorbike together.
I don't never know why celebs date each other because it's just bound to fucking for that shit really.
And it was
you can't have a life.
It was literally on my top 5 news of the day.
Like,
I was like, the motherfucking Taliban just took over. And you're
Yeah,
telling
dude,
me that
that's
fucking
crazy,
Zoe
too.
Kravitz and whoever the fuck else it was.
Zoe Kravitz does not look good.
It was like so-and-so and Zoe Kravitz, I cannot remember who it was. They're fueling dating rumors because they were both seen together on the street. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Like, plus, like, God forbid a man and woman walk down the street together because, like, oh, that means they're dating. Like, they can just be talking, you know that, right? Like, men and women can have friendships that be any more than that.
Right?
Like,
Case in point right here.
Case in point right here.
Yeah, now I don't know. It's not on here now.
But it's just
literally
stupid
this
shit.
morning, it was in my top 5 news.
Like I don't give a fuck
I was
about
like,
them.
are you fucking kidding me? And it was that and the new host of fucking Jeopardy quitting.
Yeah, I say that. Well, I think it's
was where
pivotal because I'm not necessarily because like I guess he quit because a bunch of sexist shit they were still.
I actually don't know what happened.
I only
didn't
read a
look it
snippet
up.
of it, but I guess like he was getting let me say like shit on for
I
being the
saw
new
that it
host.
was
And he's
like-
like, I'm stepping down. Like that's not worth all that.
No one was happy with him getting picked anyway. So
I know
think
who it
people-
is. I don't know who the
have
guy
no
is.
idea who he is
Some
either.
guy saw someone Facebook was like, dude, like all these people said that we should get LeVar Burton on there. I'm like, so I like that was like one thing. So LeVar, so I posted like a fucking clip of Geordie LaForge from fucking Star Trek. I'm like, yeah, dude, LeVar Burton from Reading Rainbow, that'd be hilarious with the visor.
They apparently they had done basically a bunch of tests, like test runs.
Test.
They would
Testing the mic. Mic test.
they would do.
Is this thing on?
They did a bunch of like guest hosts and shit
Yeah, which
for
I
like
think that's
a
a good.
few months or whatever for
Right.
Jeopardy.
Which almost seems like
and-
a way to go for a
Yeah,
while.
why not? But then I feel like you should let the audience
kinda
then
pick.
vote.
Yeah.
Like if you're doing that, then you should have some sort of like website where if people who really care that much who watch Jeopardy every single day and they want to vote on who they want to be the next host, then you should do that.
Morgan Freeman.
You don't get to I would totally pick Morgan Freeman.
Oh, dude, even better than that. Who's even better than that to do the fucking show? Even better than that.
Who's
yes.
even better than
Even better than that. Fucking either Keanu Reeves
that?
or
He's too busy.
he's not too busy.
He's too busy trying to fucking do all those new John Wick movies.
I've never seen any of them, but I was thinking about that earlier. I saw either him or Jim Carrey.
I would like to see Jim Carrey.
My favorite thing
Do
about
that.
I was thinking about Keanu Reeves earlier because there's a meme on Facebook where it was like when you're a dad and you give your kid a snack and you take your dad tax from it, like you take a bite of it, and then it's like and there's a scene from like John Wayne. He's like consider this a professional courtesy. I did that to my daughter. I'm like, here's a snack. I'll take some of it. I'm like, dad tax.
I love it. I mean, you got to teach them about taxes.
And
right?
I do that, or as my days say, I was checking for poison.
I was
poison
checking.
checking.
Okay, yeah, my parents used to do that with like Halloween candy.
Yeah, I was
And then
checking
my
for
older
poison.
siblings started doing it. Like, well, we just want to test it and make sure it's okay for you. And I'm just like,
bitch, you got your own bag of
"Bitch,
candy.
Yeah, test your own fucking shit.
I'm like, I'll test your own shit.
Yeah,
Drop a
fucking-
big deuce and test it.
Yeah. Test this, bitch.
Take a section, put it on a fucking microscope. Looks like I got E. coli in here. Like, shit.
Shit.
Should I get Andre Sanchez to that chick last night?
Ew. Fucking G Rose.
G. Ross.
G Ross, my bad.
God, dude, if you're using my pun, if you do it correctly.
G Ross. I have
G.
not
Ross.
opened up our notes.
Our notes.
Like G
For-
Ross was
G.
totally
Ross.
one of our notes.
Oh yeah, for real.
Let's see. here.
I know, dude. We didn't add our notes.
I know we haven't added to
It's
them.
sad, dude. We don't have that.
Since bring your rat to work day.
But, dude, our notes they're
They
vague,
make-
but they're not vague, and I still don't know what the fuck we were talking about.
Bean pearls. CLR for your clit labia.
Great skit ideas, dude. I'm telling you right now. CLR is hilarious.
$5 bean show.
I don't know what that is.
Rub one out. That's what it says. It says $5 bean show, and then in parentheses.
Is that
next to-
Craigzilla above that?
Craigzilla, yes. Dropping a load on Jesus. Rectoplasm.
That sounds like an album name. Dropping a load on Jesus.
You smell like a rat's tit and fat gymnast.
Fat gymnast.
Cheetos scoops, though.
Oh yeah, that was a good idea. That wasn't fucking like a skit. That was just a great shit idea.
Yeah. Wingman, which is just Muff with jet wings for arms.
Yes. Yes. Fucking wingman.
Oh, there it
Wingman.
is. G Ross right there.
G. Ross right there.
Right now.
Right next to Spook and Gook.
And the bumps and burner.
Bumps and burner. Just a big ass with a fucking flame coming out the end of it.
I still cannot figure out Mole Man.
Dude, I don't think we ever will. That's gonna be a lost in time.
I'm gonna.
Maybe when we're decrepit and fucking old as fuck one day, and
I
we're
hope
just
on my
senile,
deathbed, I'm just like,
and just fucking comes
oh
out.
man, I'm like, call him right now.
I'm calling right now. I'm probably dying too.
And the bed next to me.
No, but just somewhere across the world.
Because
You'll be on the ocean doing shark shit. I know that's gonna happen one day. You're gonna be like, hey man, I got a houseboat on the fucking West Coast to see sharks. So see ya. And I'm like, bitch, you motherfucker. I'm like, you have an extra houseboat? So I can join a houseboat with a bridge across it.
Yes. Just double houseboats going down.
I'm like, see ya. And I was like, what the fuck are you going? I'm like,
we're connected by a shark cage.
How would that even happen? That makes no fucking sense.
I know, that's why I said it.
I'm like, hop in the cage and like drift across to you. I'm like, fucking with like a spear gun. I'm like, fuck off, great whites. Like, and I'm going to my best friend. And like, hey, dude, get me out of the fucking cage. They're coming. I cut myself. Get out. Get me out of this thing. Before I tip the fucking boat.
Well, we're gonna need a bigger boat.
Oh yeah, well I'm not a boatman at all.
A boatman.
If I were a sailor,
a seaman.
No, I'm not a seaman. I'm not any man of the sea. I'm not a seaman. I'm not a fucking
boatman.
I'm not a boatman. I'm not a sailor. I'm not none of that. Okay, I'm not even a captain.
Talk like sailors.
Oh yeah,
we talk like sailors.
We talk like I don't know how to talk like a sailor. I never was a sailor. My dad's a sailor. He doesn't talk like a sailor. He was in the Navy. But yeah, that's gonna happen one day. But so
probably.
Probs.
Probably.
Like, I'm gonna go look for sharks. I'm like, what a fucking bitch. Like, don't we ever know? We know stuff about sharks, okay? Like, they're not a new fucking animal.
They're absolutely not. That's why they're so interesting.
They're not. It's just a fucking fish with teeth.
So are piranhas.
I know. Smaller sharks, really. Really. I mean, anything with teeth in the ocean is basically a shark. And there aren't that many things in the ocean with teeth like that, except sharks. Well, except the whale shark.
Whale sharks are fucking sick.
Yeah, super huge. Don't they eat krill or whatever?
You eat
krill? I do not eat krill. I'm trying to think of krill thing that scene from fucking Nemo. It's like, oh, look, krill. And then fucking go rushing past. I was like, oh, look, krill. And then the fucking big whale comes up behind it. Sharks. I know you like sharks.
Nemo's a good movie.
It was a good movie. Speaking of Nemo, I was watching A Bug's Life the other day with my daughter.
Oh my god, A Bug's Life? I haven't thought
really
about that.
It's really one of my favorite Pixar because there's a scene where like the grasshoppers come, and it's got Kevin Spacey, which I didn't know at the time when I was obviously a kid.
Isn't he the bad guy?
Yeah, he plays Hopper, the grasshopper. So they're down there, and he's like talking to the ants, like, "Where the fuck's my food at?" And his brother, who's a voice actor, is an actor. I always forget his name, but if you heard his voice, like, oh, that guy. And he's like talking like Hopper this, Hopper that, and so Hopper like grabs him by the fucking antenna, throws him against the wall, and he's like, "If I didn't promise Mother on her deathbed that I wouldn't kill you, I would kill you." he's like, trust me, no one, isn't it? He's like, trust me, no one appreciates that more than me.
Literally awesome writing.
I fucking love that line. I love it. My favorite lines in any movie. If I didn't promise Mother on her death I want to kill you, I would kill you. I love it. I love it. It's such a great movie, and it's got Dave Foley, and he's just done nothing since then.
Sad.
And so it's got fucking like, it's got Hayden Panettiere when she was a kid.
Oh my god.
It's got
who else is in that?
Phyllis Diller, Fran Drescher.
Fran Drescher.
The one that chicks from Seinfeld, is it? Oh yeah, Lewis.
Oh,
it's the lady in Seinfeld.
Yeah. Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah. No relation to the guy from Jaws, though.
Richard Kind.
Yeah, Richard. Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy who plays his brother, Mort.
Dennis Leary.
Yeah, is he? Oh yeah, he plays Ladybug. Dennis Leary.
Francis.
You have there's Madeline
Kahn,
who's dead. She plays the moth.
Bonnie Hunt.
You have the guy who plays the brother on Raymond.
Brad Garrett. I was literally just talking about him today. How funny is that?
Happenstance.
What was I talking about him for?
Brad Garrett.
I was watching that new show on Hulu, which we'll talk about that. But one of the guys reminds me of him, and I was like, he looks like the guy who played the brother in Everybody Loves Raymond.
That's all anybody knows him from. He doesn't do anything else. Like,
he does do other things.
He does, but like nobody will ever know him other than that guy from Everybody Loves Raymond.
The brother from Everybody.
Anybody you can be like. But it's funny, you can name other people from Everybody Loves Raymond. I can name like everybody like Doris Roberts and like Peter Boyle.
Cannot ever remember.
And like Patricia Richardson.
And then as soon as I hear Brad Garrett, I'm like, oh yeah, duh, it's Brad Garrett. Like I know his name. but I can never remember his name
at the time. Yeah, ever.
Never.
And then today I was talking about that movie, Two Wheels in My Car. I was like, ask Chris, what's the other dude? I know his name. What's it's three names. I know it's 3 names. It's not like a 2 name. I'm like, what is it? I'm like, oh, Sean. I'm like, fuck, every time. And he's such a big fucking assist. I'm like, I was telling my boy, who's the guy from fucking American Pie? Stifler's mom.
It's funny though because
happy birthday, Jism.
The one thing that when I think of Sean William Scott that I think of
Step Brothers. Not Step Brothers. Fucking role models. Dude, where's my car?
No.
Goon.
Nope.
American Pie.
Final Destination.
You ever seen that?
He is in Final Destination, the first one. That is the first thing I ever saw him in. So when I think of him, everyone else always has all of these comedies that are like super popular and like what he's actually known for.
Yeah.
But not for me. Every single time I think of him, I just think of him as this whiny ass little bitch in Final Destination. He fucking gets his throat he gets his head like chopped off by a piece of metal as a fucking train goes by. Train goes by because the guy who's like the football star, it's close to the end. The guy who's like the football star like parks the train on the tracks and locks all the doors and they can't get out.
Parks the train on the tracks?
I meant to say the car on the train.
Yeah, I parked the train. I'm a conductor, apparently.
The last train on the fucking tracks. No, he parked the car in the middle of the train tracks with the train coming. Mm-hmm. Everyone ends up escaping.
Except for him.
And then the main guy, like, at the last second, he changed his mind, tries to get out. And, of course, like, death is trying to stop him.
Yeah.
So the other guy comes over and he, like, rips the seatbelt and gets him out of the car off to the side of the tracks and saves his life. But then, of course, death goes to, like, I think his name is Billy next, which is Sean William Scott. And he's standing up over top of him. And he's like, I can't believe you did that. Like, you fucking could have killed us all and all this shit. And he's screaming at him. And as he's screaming at him, the train comes. And as the train comes, you see this, like, tiny little piece of, like, sheet metal, basically, from the car getting whacked.
Yeah.
And you can see it, like, the train is starting to, like, pick it up. And then it just goes... whoosh, and it comes by and it just fucking cuts his head right off. And that's what I think of every time I think of Sean William Scott.
Dude, I remember the second one. The second one has like the logs, which I saw a meme today about it. Like,
dude,
every time I see this truck,
logs, I can't do it.
Every time I see this truck, I think of fucking Destination. Like, it's like, yep, giving anxiety to a whole fucking class of people, the whole generation of people.
Yep.
I know the guy who did the voice of Kratos was in the second one. He was the black dude who got impaled in the lung because they drove through that fucking field and they go to the fucking wires and there's a bunch of PVC pipes and he gets like one through his fucking chest.
Yeah,
that guy is actually does the voice of Kratos in the original games. That's him. And then I know the second one. I know the second one because the guy's got the hook for the hands. She gets her hair caught in the elevator and she gets her head decapitated.
Yep.
And then there's a log part in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And then I remember who else dies. And at the end of that one, I think it's the end of that one, they're on the train and then fucking on the subway and then fucking like tips over. And I remember like the dude like it tips over the fucking subway tips over, train tips over, and like they're all against one of the guys against the glass, and all of a sudden the glass just breaks and he's just fucking just gets just I don't know how to say it like just gets eroded away like a fucking eraser like just fucking just nothing like just like a slight just getting fucking just
loved those movies.
Yeah, I don't. Because it makes me think about shitting.
I loved the
shitting. Third or the fourth one, the guy gets like the fucking engine in the back of his head.
I think that's the fourth one. I think it's at the NASCAR race.
No, not that one. No, because I'm talking about he's like in a line somewhere at like a drive-through, and like the guy behind like just like comes up and hits him in the fucking engine like it goes
that might
in the back
be
of his skull.
That might be.
I know the one I'm talking about because that dude gets a fucking tire to the face.
Yeah, it's the tire. That might be the third one. The third one is.
There's so many.
The third one is the one with the roller coaster.
Yeah, I try to remember them based on what the beginning Destiny was. So you have the logs, you have the roller coaster, you have the bridge.
Yeah, the bridge one I think is the fifth one.
Which has David Koechner in it. He gets the fucking wrench in his fucking skull.
I think that's the fifth one, which actually... it goes Final Destination, which is obviously the plane crash. Final Destination 2, which is the log, which is the massive car pileup. And then Final Destination 3 is the roller coaster. Final Destination. The fourth one is called The Final Destination.
Yeah.
And that is the one with the NASCAR, like with the race.
Yeah.
And then the fifth one is called Final Destination 5, which is the one with the bridge, which actually at the end you find out is a prequel. So the fourth one is technically still The Final Destination.
I hate when
the fifth one is actually a prequel. At the very end, you see them get on the plane.
Yeah. Playing 178 or whatever the fuck it was.
And
whatever.
I fucking loved it. I loved it. I was like, oh my god.
I hate movies titles like go off track and then they go back. Like you can't like just like fast. Well, I don't think we talked about the Fast and Furious on here.
To be fucking so I think I don't remember if we did it last time.
We didn't because I wasn't out. I don't think we did.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think we may have talked about it in the last episode, which is the one that we didn't actually release.
Yeah, it got destroyed. Dude, like You're Fast and Furious. Fast and Furious 2.
Angry just bringing it up.
Fast and Furious 2, Fast and Furious 2, Fast and Furious, Fast and Furious 3. So it's just like you go from one title to another, and then
all of the
Fast and the Furious, The Fate of the Furious, Fast 5, and then you had like The Fast and the Furious, not just Fast and the Furious, just The Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, then I think what was it? What
F9? Yeah, I'm like, and they go to space.
Fast
like,
9 or
no, it's just F9, I think.
Fast 8, Fast 6. So I don't remember. Is it Fast 8?
Yeah, I think so. I'm like, y'all, can y'all just stick to it? Just stick to a title. If you need that, just like stick to the same title.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
There's 9.
Please.
But just keep just like Fast and Furious and 8.
And then Too Fast, Too Furious was cute.
Yeah,
that's
but
fine.
then go
you
back.
Can do that.
But it's just like then go back into the main thing and keep just like rename that just like Fast and Furious 8, and then some name for it.
Yeah.
But please keep out Resurrection or Revelation or any R words in your title. Just keep out because they've been used so much. It's kind of like Aliens 2. I'm like, okay, so is Aliens 2 the third movie, or is the second movie as Aliens and Aliens 2 its own thing, to its own block of movies, and Aliens is separate?
Alien versus Predator.
Yeah, and then AVP 2, and then you had it wasn't Elysium, it was Prometheus, which is kind of a thing of that.
Yeah.
It's just like, guys, you can't keep making weird titles. I don't even know what the fuck it is. Speaking of that, I was watching Transformers. I watched the new Transformers I'm kind of pissed because there was a new Transformers series on Netflix. It was a trilogy, and there was one called Transformers Siege, and there was a second series which I didn't watch, and then there was Kingdom, and I thought Kingdom was the second part, and after I watched it, I was like, oh, this is the third part. Fuck. Which is cool because like the first part is like they go. It's the war on Cybertron, and then they leave, and then I guess the shit happens in the second series I didn't watch.
Right.
And then third series is when they go to Earth and they find out like they meet up with like the Maximals and the Predacons from Beast Wars. I'm like, what the fuck? Like that's so awesome.
That is awesome.
And then but you find out like it's almost like a time. It's like a time paradox because like the Maximals and the Predacons on Earth had a shitty past because on the original Optimus took the Allspark from Cybertron, like it fucked things up there. Mm-hmm. So when like they meet them on planet Earth, he's like, "Yeah, we hate you because you're the one that fucking like ruined like our future. You ruined our future. Yeah, like you ruined the future for us." So like, and then you meet like Galvatron, which is Megatron, like changed by Unicron, and then you have fucking there's like Nemesis Prime, which is basically a Black Optimus Prime. So it's like so you have like three like own so you have like the original and then like it's just so weird. Like time traveling shit is so bizarre.
That shit.
And I'm into that kind of stuff though. Like there's
I'm like really into that.
There was a show somebody was talking about on like guys watching YouTube was talking about a show. I forget what it was. That was like time travel, and that shit's just so cool because like there's so much stuff you can do with those kind of like those storylines.
There's kind of like no real rules to it.
Yeah, it's kind of like the what if with like the DC Marvel or DC or Marvel.
It's Marvel. Yeah.
But see, I'd watch it, but I don't know any of the Marvel because I've never really seen any of the Marvel movies. So I'll be like watching, like I don't know what this is.
Yeah, this is cool, but like I don't understand.
I've never seen any of the and people are like we never seen that stuff. Like never seen any of the Avengers. And I saw half the first movie when it first came out. I saw half of it, and I had to leave.
Of the Avengers?
Yeah, the original one, and I had to leave because my buddy had to work, so I take his ass to work. And that's all I saw. And I've never seen any Avengers. I've seen a Thor movie. I've seen the first Thor movie and the X-Men movies, which are even in the MCU, right. which is weird. And I've seen the Fantastic Fours, if those count. Not. Yeah, not part of it. Yeah. And so that's really
they're looking at bringing Fantastic Four.
Which I don't know why they wouldn't, because it's a big part of the MCU.
I think a part of it was like the contracts.
No, that could be fair. That's fair.
Which I think is the same thing with X-Men.
X-Men.
They've been struggling with the contracts with whoever it is, like Fox or whoever owns those rights. It's the same thing there's the same problems that they're having with like Spider-Man. Yeah. Like they have the deal with Sony where Spider-Man can be in the MCU, but like
they can't like make movies unless they deal with them.
Yeah, they have to like deal with the contracts and shit. So the problem now is that like Venom was made by Sony.
Make a second one. I haven't seen Venom either.
It's good. it's not a part of
The
the
MCU.
MCU.
But at the same time, it is, but it isn't. So it is, but the comics are, but the movies aren't.
Correct.
So it's weird.
It's not part of the actual the Marvel Cinematic
Universe. Yeah.
So you'll never see like Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Yeah. Or Tobey Maguire.
Oh yeah, you won't see. Well, I mean, you could technically, I guess.
I heard they're making one of those, like a Spider-Man universe, like live action.
That's what this next Spider. They haven't
Tobey
released
Maguire
anything.
and Andrew Garfield. I don't like Andrew Garfield. He looks like a fuck.
The problem, like, Smokestack and I have talked about this before. He does look like a fuck, doesn't he?
A redheaded fuck.
The problem is
a tall haired redheaded fuck. His hair is so tall.
His hair is tall.
It's
like
super tall.
It's like almost
It's like
Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah, he's got like a high top fade from like the 90s, like fucking like I don't even know who had a high top fade. Yeah, like literally Vanilla Ice hair.
Did. Yeah,
but not as cool as Vanilla Ice or good looking as Vanilla Ice.
Or as good looking as Vanilla Ice. Smokestack and I have talked about this, and we think that Tobey Maguire was awesome. Obviously, like Tobey Maguire,
he was the first.
He will always be my Spider-Man because that's how I grew up.
The big movie.
Like that is kind of what got me into this whole world.
Oh, Spider-Man sounds like the first big movies. That and X-Men were like the first big MC movies.
I never really got into X-Men. So Spider-Man was the first thing that really kind of introduced me into this whole superhero comic world, which now of course I'm super into. But he will always be my Spider-Man.
Always be your diamond in the rough.
Hell yeah, bro.
No, easy. Easy, Chiquita.
But he was he was a little too nerdy. Like he was a great Peter Parker.
Oh yeah.
But he was still a little too nerdy to be Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, so that's the point of it. You're supposed to be some nerdy kid who can create gadgets. Well,
yeah,
there's Spider-Man and the Amazing Spider-Man.
The problem is that Spider-Man, when he's actually Spider-Man, he gets cooler.
So does he.
Tobey Maguire doesn't get cooler as
he does.
Spider-Man.
I think he does.
I don't know. Andrew Garfield was too cool of a Peter Parker.
Right, he's not nerdy enough.
He was absolutely not nerdy enough to be Peter Parker. He was a great Spider-Man. He was not a good Peter Parker.
Right.
But I think Tom Holland is the perfect mix of the nerdy Peter Parker and also the cool Spider-Man.
I just don't like his look. He doesn't look like Peter Parker. Doesn't have at least in the comics he is a little bit more buff, but he doesn't have I don't know, he just doesn't seem like a Peter Parker.
But you also haven't seen the movies.
But I know who Andrew Garfield looks like. Not Andrew Garfield, fucking Tom Holland.
Well,
looks
yeah,
I've seen clips from him.
I mean, yeah.
So it just doesn't.
Watching him act in an entire handful of movies, I think, could probably change your mind a little bit.
Nah, it's just I think Tobey Maguire's good because he was that nerd, and then he got the powers, but it's not the Amazing Spider-Man, which is different because the Amazing Spider-Man, like the original comic, he didn't have the webs in his hand. He had to make the web shooters and shit, and stuff like that. Obviously. Was cool, but just I don't think that I don't know. Tobey Maguire is just like that perfect mix from going to the nerd to being in love with Mary Jane, and they don't have the one girl in there, Gwen Stacy.
Correct.
Yeah, and all that. Because I always think of him as the guy as the Peter Parker from the show in the 90s, The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And that's such a great perfect combination. Yeah. Now, the third movie is a fucking disaster. It's funny. It's so cringy because him being all emo and stuff, which is cool because he gets the black symbiote costume and you see the actual you get fucking Topher Grace in it.
But that whole movie was terrible. They just had they put way
Sandman,
too much into it.
Sandman killed his one that killed his grandfather was there when his grandfather got killed and this and the other. They just
tried to put so much into that movie that
you wouldn't need two villains.
I mean,
three. Was it three? Yeah, because Hobgoblin is a Hobgoblin? Is that his son?
Green. Well,
I don't know if Hobgoblin is Harry Osborn.
I think that he takes up Green Goblin.
Does he? Okay, I have to look that up because I don't know.
I don't know exactly. I can't remember.
Hobgoblin's a shit, dude.
Well, that's what they're about to bring. That's what they're about to bring into this new. But my concern about this new movie that they're making is that it's going to be another Spider-Man 3. because if they
Well, maybe
happen
it'll be
to bring, I hope so, if they happen to bring all of this, and I know they're probably going to do this in this whole multiverse thing. They've already started the whole multiverse thing with the shows that they've been doing, especially with Vision and Scarlet Witch, and with Loki. At the end of Loki, they really started the whole multiverse thing, and then it'll come to Spider-Man.
So, I don't know.
And if they pull off the multiverse thing, it's cool. If they do it like they did the movie, like the Spider-Verse movie was amazing. But I don't know how well they're going to pull off a multiverse movie with Spider-Man with all of these other people in it.
It's true. Maybe it'll be like a Sinister Six thing. I'll have like in the Spider-Man animated movie.
Yeah, well, I think that's what they're trying.
But if you're gonna do that, then you're just rehashing the same movie, which is not a good idea.
Yeah.
If you're gonna rehash the same movie and just the same characters besides like have to be live action.
I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm really excited for it, but I am a little nervous that they're gonna try and put too much into it, and it's gonna just be a fucking mess. Well, that's my concern.
My thing is like I don't think I'll ever be in the MCU or an MCU like a lot of people are, like the Marvel. Like I'm more of a DC fan, and I know more of that lore than I do Marvel.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it is about Marvel, besides like Spider-Man and X-Men and Ghost Rider. Like I just don't care for Iron Man or Thor. Like Thor's a god, and Thor's just like too much. Like, dude, he's a god. Like, how's he losing to mortals for one of any stature?
I really
like Captain America is just like he's super strong with a shield. I'm like, I don't care about that. That's kind of like Superman. Like Superman's super strong. Like that's great. He has those other like laser eyes and fucking cold breath and can fly. Like he's a cool shit. And like Iron Man to me is like Batman. I was having a discussion at work today about like, are they superheroes even though they don't have any superpowers? And that's like a big debate, I think, because like Batman isn't anybody if he didn't have the money, and anybody could get in the suit. Same with Batman. So it's just like, as a superheroes just because they're heroes and they have like cool gadgets and stuff,
gadgets.
But people that don't have, but people actually superpowers like super strength or like flying or have vision, like heat vision or like Martian Man vision. You can just see, bro. Like, dude, fuck yes, awesome,
dude. Having perfect vision is like having a fucking
for real, or like vision, like Wanda, like those are superpowers. Just like that is a superpower to me. Yeah, not just being like I got money so I can make badass gadgets to help.
I mean, I agree with that, and also like,
but at the same time, it's like, but then I have people like my Green Lantern is like that. I'm like, oh, I love Green Lantern, but he just puts a ring on, he gets superpowers.
Right. But I like there's one of the things that like draws me into a character in general is some sort of like the character development of like, how did you get here?
Right.
And you don't get that on the surface.
No.
So like the movies and shit like that, a lot of times, unless it's a solo movie, like you don't get that background to make you really kind of relate to the character more. Which is why I've never really been a big Superman fan, but I loved Smallville.
Yeah.
Because it was something different. And
the beginning.
It was like, here he is as a teenager finding out about who he really is. And here is him trying to develop like how has these powers that he can't control. So he's trying to control his powers, and he's trying to hide it from everyone around him. And also like he's lived his life as a human teen. Like he's now a human teenager in his world. Like he believes that he is a human teenager. That's how he's been raised. So like he still also tries to have a normal life while trying to figure out who he really is and how to control who he really is. And that was really different. And that's why I really like that. But when it comes to like regular Superman stuff, like, I struggle because and this is another thing that Smokestack and I talked about. He's not a big Superman fan at all because he's just like, I just don't understand how he is a match, like anyone's a match for him.
Exactly.
There's no one should be a match for him.
It's like I was saying about Thor. Like, you're a god. You're a god. Like, how's somebody matching with you? But I mean, I guess there are people. I guess there are other creatures or alien entities that have that power, even though they're not like a god.
But like, it makes it a lot more believable when you get onto like a
what's his name from the Avengers movie, Thanos, or
shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, but I typically like gravitate more toward like the street level heroes.
Yeah.
Like I love Daredevil, and everyone knows like Daredevil is my favorite. And Daredevil is not some huge, wonderful, amazing
Just a blind motherfucker
character. He's just this blind guy who struggles with his own
with
moral code.
fucking nunchucks. Such a great combo for a hero.
Dude,
blind, and you have the most dangerous weapon to fucking wield. Because when a guy in nunchucks are fucking hard, being a fucking having vision, and then all of a sudden you're like, I'm blind, I'm gonna wield these motherfucking things.
It's not exactly like that.
Yeah, but I mean they are nunchucks, kind of. And they do swing them around, but it's just like that would be funny if he like he got like actually like if he had like a skip, he like just picks up a pair of nunchucks, not his regular ones. He's like, why is this going anywhere? He's like whack, like oh fuck,
Shit.
Wow, this is the wrong nunchucks.
That'd be hilarious.
It's my wrong stick.
But what draws me to that character is not the fact that he has these crazy superpowers and all this. It's the fact that a majority of his storyline is him trying to fight with his own internal right and wrong. And you kind of relate to him on more of a human level rather than the
hero level.
Yeah. And I'm not a religious person by any means, but he is religious, and so he has this moral code and this like religious code basically that he tries not to break, but at the same time he was like, I don't want to hurt anybody,
like Batman,
but how am I going to stop them from hurting other people? And it's
true.
like he has just this it's always some sort of internal debate of what he should do and what he shouldn't do. And I really I guess just kind of
relate. Like it, just cool.
Yeah. I just like the fact that it's not focused on look at all the cool things I can do. It's more of a this is what it would feel like if you were actually in this position.
Right.
You can relate to how he feels because everyone obviously goes through their life with like right and wrong decision making. And he's just faced with it more often because of what he chooses to do with his nights. You know what I mean?
I was more drawn to like the villains. Like you have the Mysterio over there, and that's one of my favorite villains. Mm-hmm. Just because he looks fucking cool, and he has just like he doesn't have powers, just like focus your mind, and that to me that's a great ability I've always liked, especially when I started watching like Naruto. Like they have specific techniques to basically mess with your brain and make you see things that aren't there. Mm-hmm. And I said that's such a great power to have because then you can do anything you want to that person and control their brain. Not to control them, but control what they see. Because you start
or how they perceive.
Yeah, how they perceive something. That's such a great power to have.
Yeah,
hold over people. If you make them see something that's not there, you're like, "What? I was just there," and like you just fuck them up.
Fuck them up, baby.
Like I always like dark hair to like Spawn. I fucking love Spawn just because not only does he look badass because the movie came in the '90s, cool. But he just looks. But he's not even like a hero. He's an anti-hero,
right?
So he's not like a good guy, but he's also not necessarily a bad guy,
right? So
I love it. Cool. He's like, I'll save you, but also fuck you up. And he's got.
They
guns.
Usually have their own code.
Yeah, and he's got fucking guns.
It's like
and he's got gauntlets. And he's got his fucking cape does shit. And he can like morph. He goes on hell and talks to fucking the devil. I'm like, dude, that's so fucking killer. Right, and he does not get the recognition because Tom McFarlane left. It was Marvel or fucking DC, but that's such a great fucking badass like looking character to have.
I agree.
With these deep green eyes, he has the fucking mask on, so he's already mysterious, and he has this fucking wicked cape with the fucking what do you call the thing on the cape that's got like the fucking like the
cowl.
Yeah, like the cowl.
I think
like,
it's a cowl.
No, a cowl's like a fucking hood. But it's just like the fucking rim of a cape, like kind of like Dracula would have in those old movies. But it's like super fucking huge and like way over the top. But just I don't know, but just the drawing style is so. I can't even like really describe the drawing style. It's dark, but it's like it's very detailed. Like his cape is like when they draw stuff with his cape, it's so like the cape's always like so fucking huge, and it's like so many like how they draw so many like zigzags in it, where it's like all of it. It's like, but it's also so crisp.
What the fuck is that called? Yeah, because you're definitely right. That's a cowl is like
a hood,
on a cloak or a cape.
Yeah, that's the cowl. I don't know that because playing Oblivion. you get the thief's cowl from playing the Thieves Guild. You get the thieves cowl. But I don't know what it's called. But yeah, but like in the back, like the thing on the Dracula's cape at the top of it, it's like that big like half circle moon looking thing.
Yeah,
I don't know what that's called, but he's like that thing's always like super huge.
Kind of like a giant collar.
Yeah, I guess yeah.
I mean, I don't know if there's got to be a word for it, but you know what we're talking
about. It's possible. He has fucking guns. Like he has all these powers, but he can't use them because of like I guess he has like a meter of power. If he uses all, he basically actually does die.
It's kind of like Blade almost in a way, where he's got that like He has to take that medication shit every so often.
But I don't know how much it is related to the comics though. So I'm not reading like Blade comics.
Yeah.
But no, like Blade's cool too because it's very dark and like very like.
I love the dark shit.
Dark shit's cool. Like just how it looks cool. Like I always like being in the alleyway getting like muggers, and all of a sudden he shows up and you're like.
That's why I like the street level stuff is cool.
Yeah,
because
kind of like Batman was kind of like that way. I was like like Batman as a kid.
Yeah.
You see him on top of that fucking building, and it's like this weight fucking cape just like fucking.
Because before, like everything, just kind of exploded in the last
10,
15 years. I mean, Batman literally was just a street. He was just
that was the biggest like hero movies that they had besides Superman was Batman movies and Superman movies. And that was
a street level hero. I mean, occasionally there'd be like some big bad guy and you have to save the whole fucking city. But other than that, it's like I'm just gonna beat down thugs and the fucking Joker.
I like Batman because his villains are also just regular people. They're not like super villains. They don't have like powers.
Right.
They do some. They're like Clayface does because he can like morph, but that's like because he like fell into some shit. But like most, he fell into like some ass or whatever and got fucked up. But
I thought you said fell into some ass.
He fell into some ass and came out as a fucking big pile of mud. He got shit on really.
Whoa, frosted turd.
Whoa, check it out. I get blown there. I get the fucking bust in there. Jumanji.
Bitch got busted. I thought about that actually.
What, Jumanji?
Like as soon as I heard like Trevor died, I was like, "Get the Necronomicon!"
Get the Necronomicon!
Jumanji.
I'm sorry you didn't text me that. Does that happen? I missed opportunity.
I was crying.
I'm a crying bitch, but never I'm like, what page is it?
I thought about it the other day.
Jumanji, but
I even said it too.
That's what I did like about Batman. That all his villains are like just whacked out people, like the Mad Hatter. You have fucking Firefly. You got fucking. Dude. You got not the red mask, the black mask, Great White. You got there's just so many because they just keep making new ones. And it's hard to get those. It's hard to get in those comics because like they're so old. They've been going for so long.
Yeah, you've got to start at like a new.
Yeah, that's another thing about. That's hard for me about reading comics because like there's always new. Like like there's a new 52 and there was like Earth 1 and like all these new like just storylines. I'm like, and then they cross over too and like, dude, you can't keep like there's so many comics. It's hard to keep track of the comics. Like I have a big fucking book. I let you borrow my Green Lantern books, The Brightest Day and the Blackest Night. Well, there's another one called the Brightest Day Omnibus, and I pull shit from all the other stuff of other comics. And it's just one big like 500 fucking page book, and they pull stuff from other comics from it. And they put it all together in this one giant book. I'm like, that is super ridiculous.
Yeah, they do that with like the omnibuses.
But it's just so much. It's like you guys don't need to. It's too much.
You think that's a lot? One of our entire long boxes over there is all one storyline from last year.
It's crazy.
Like
it's ridiculous.
You got like the King in Black storyline, which was like so many fucking books, and they had just like one-off storylines for other like to bring other characters in it and stuff like that. It
becomes more like tedious because you have to try and remember like all this guys from that. Like it's hard to like keep track of what is going on sometimes with big stuff like that. And you're just like, oh my god. Like,
yeah, well that's like I go for like.
What do you go for?
What
you go for a big slice of pie?
Whatever. Oh, dude, pie sounds awesome right now.
I mean like pizza, but that cooks too. You don't go house on a pie, man.
I mean, pizza sounds good too, but like
pizza always
sounds good. Is like, what's up? Like a chocolate cream pie, like a French cream silk. Pie.
Easy, we're not. Whoa, easy, man.
God.
Calm down, there, rich girl. Oh my god, it's like so creamy and like French. Oui.
Oh, fucking
oui. Je m'appelle.
You know, the last time I got a French silk pie was at fucking O'Charlie's.
I didn't know I never even know they existed. So, one type of pie I get is the chocolate cream pies at work and pumpkin pie.
Fucking love pumpkin pie.
And the occasional cherry pie.
I love pumpkin pie.
Dude, who doesn't? That's at that time of the season, dude.
I make a fucking bomb ass pumpkin pie that my family makes me. My family makes me bring it to every like get together.
I like how it took you a second to think of the word.
Yeah, I was trying to say like holiday party,
like
then I was like,
gathering.
Yeah, every gathering, and they're like, make sure you bring your pumpkin pie.
Like, make sure you don't be a bitch to me all day.
Make 2 or 3 of them.
I'm like, once you suck my dick.
Can suck my presidential cock, bitch.
They're like, what?
Don't look up at me. Don't know why you're looking up at me, bitch.
Plays on the stage. I fucking love that line. Listen to the woman, John. Just calm down. Just calm. And his face, when he says that, he's looking at the fucking chick, and he's like, Prince's like, just calm down. He has to slow, like he's looking, like trying to look back, but he can't. do what I did. Should have done
a long time
ago. But beat him to death with this hammer. Where you going, Skinny? What do you, fat piece of shit? That was one of the first things I ever said to you. Working in the fucking background. What are you doing, Skinny?
I think you called me String Bean.
String Bean.
You called me String Bean first, and I was like...
I like how you knew.
You're happier with your mouth open. Dude, I love that. I love that one.
And you're like, what? You're like, String Bean, what are you doing, you fat piece of shit? And that was like, spark.
Done for. I mean, that sent our fucking friendship into best friendship. Like, we soared to the fucking top. We soared up to that fucking balcony and hammered Lincoln in the ass so hard that he died getting hammered in the ass.
And he jumped off like John Wilkes and fucking broke both our legs. Still managed to get out of the fucking theater. I wonder if that dude has relatives and like, yeah, that has to feel that your fucking great-great-grandfather killed Abraham Lincoln. Like,
I think, I think his brother had kids. I think.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's had some relatives somewhere that have had children since then. You know.
Well, I just mean like direct descendants.
Yes, I think.
I don't think he had any children, but I think he had direct like nieces and nephews and stuff like that.
How do you feel like your great uncle killed us? And I'm like, oh, well, fuck him. He broke his legs and died.
He hammered in the ass so much that he died of getting hammered in the ass. You know, like he probably should have shut the fuck up during that play.
Get hammered in the ass. Oh yeah, something I was talking about in the last episode that we didn't get to edit and send out was I'm watching a shit ton of Star Trek. I'm almost finished.
Right.
I'm on season 7, last season of the Next Generation.
I've never watched any of it,
and it's good. It's really good. I feel like you enjoy it.
Probably.
And it's slow, but like it's just every episode is just like its own like story. Same people or not, but like it's just its own like little like mission where they're doing.
So you don't have to like necessarily like
see other parts.
Yeah.
I mean, there are parts that have like two part episodes.
Storyline.
Yeah, and it was like season 3 or 4. They have like the finale is like a 2-parter. So like the one part ends in, the next part is the beginning of the next season, and then there's some that have like very few of them have like a 2-parter in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
But it really is a great show. It's got like, a lot of great actors. Excellent cast. And I think a lot of them got their start from that show. Because they came out in the late 80s and then to the early 90s. And Star Trek just kept putting shows out because like when that one was like halfway through, they made another show. And then when that show was halfway through, they made another show.
Oh, really?
So there's like 3 or 4 shows between like 87 and like 2000.
That's insane.
Yeah, you have like TNG, Deep Space Nine, and you have Voyager, and then you have Enterprise. And then you have the new show on now is called Discovery, which is a really good concept because the first 2 seasons take place like at the same time, and then like third season jumps 1,000 years into the future.
Interesting.
Into the future. I'm like, I like to see it, but I haven't seen it yet. I'd like to go watch it somewhere. And I haven't seen it in the movies though. I haven't watched the original Star Trek because it's too old.
I feel
like I'm sure the people say it's got good stuff. I'm sure a lot of people did watch that because that's obviously like my friend Keith is like in his mid-40s and my dad's seen it. He's like, that was on when I was a kid and I was already old, you know, when I was watching it as a kid, but that's all you had. But like, it's just,
that's how I feel about like Doctor Who.
Yeah. Same thing. It's just so
I
old.
I love Doctor Who, but I won't go back and rewatch because
it's just different. It's so hard to like watch that and like
I've grasped what I've needed to grasp.
Yeah.
Like I understand what's going on in the current like.
But just like the special effects look so cheesy.
I can't do it. I can't. Yeah. I'll go back and watch old movies, but I'm not gonna watch a whole ass fucking show.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna watch fucking 10 seasons of Doctor Who, 9 seasons of Doctor Who, however many there were. I'm not gonna do it. If they had one Doctor Who movie and it was made back then, I would watch it and then move on. But I'm not gonna go back and spend fucking God knows how many hours, 100 hours watching a show that old. I'm just not gonna do it.
And then the Star Trek thing, there's a lot of good episodes. There was one part where they actually were taking fan submitted like storylines and making those into movies. I mean, making them into actual shows.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
I wish we could get a gig like that.
Yeah, right. They only picked a few, but like they had like a quest, like they like I guess like thousands of people sent in like their own storylines, and they used a few of them in the show. Like there's one where they're going across like this. It's always in space, so they always run something in space, whether it be like a time anomaly or rift in the fucking time space game. But they're going through one, and they're going through this warfare. All of a sudden, like the whole scene changes, like in the ship, and like people are there that weren't there, and like the one lady there who's played Whoopi Goldberg, we don't know what she is. She's a weird creature. She's been around for a long time, her species, but she's like So when they're going through this thing, like the whole ship, like color changes, like the people on board change, like people who've died or have come back. So like basically, it's altered the reality. And she's like, something's going on here. He's talking like there's something like this is not what it's supposed to be. Like so she knew because like she knew something was up, but she couldn't really tell him what was up.
Yeah.
And so that was a good episode. That was a fan-made episode. Then there was another episode where like it was just on the fucking tip of my tongue where like they got caught in a time loop.
That's cool too.
So like something happens. So like so it starts off the Enterprise
kind of like a Groundhog Day situation.
Kind of they start this like the one episode starts up and they like basically like, they're like, oh man, this shit, this thing, and it blows up, and then it cuts to like the intro scene, music, and then it goes back to basically like him doing this. Like every episode starts off with like he's like Captain's log, stardate 4, blah blah blah, .0.
Yeah.
And then basically like it goes through all that, and then the same happens. It goes to the point where they basically blow up again, and that goes back to the beginning again. It's the same thing. Stardate, blah 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 blah. But every time they start to catch up. They're like, this is where I feel like deja vu is happening. Like I've done this before, and so then they find they've been stuck in a time loop, and the whole point of them doing this, they're going to find a ship that got lost in the sector.
In time?
No, not in time. But they just got lost. They just know it's been lost. Well, all of a sudden the ship comes out of nowhere at the end. They find they're in the time loop, and they basically like break the cycle of it. Well,
how do you break the cycle of a time loop?
I forget. I forget because like I think an explosion happened which caused a rift in time, and they got stuck in that like in that dilation.
Okay, that makes sense.
And so another ship came out. They're like, who are you? I'm like, we're the Enterprise. Like, what are you? And they tell these people like old uniforms on, not the same. He's like, what are you? He's like, do you know what year it is? He's like, yeah, it's this year. He's like, oh, like we have some catching up. It's been like 80 years. Like this one ship's been caught in the same time for 80 years.
Oh my god!
So like, yeah, we got some stuff to talk about. You might want to come over here.
Holy shit balls!
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. Like the one where like they go to Earth and they find some cave. And it's because Star Trek. This one takes place in like 2350s, like 24th century. And they go in this cave and they find Data's head. They're like, how is that possible? Like you're here now,
right?
So they take it back. He's like, at one point in time, I would travel back to the 1800s and die. He's like, it has happened. It will happen, which is a great line. I love that. Very ominous.
Yeah.
And I love Data because he's an android. He has such great facial expressions. My favorite character on the show, next to Worf, who's a Klingon. And that's a good episode because they go back in time and meet like these time traveling beings that like these beings that suck energy from people. So they go back in time to do it because like 1800s you could kill anybody and they didn't know any better about disease and shit like that.
Yeah. Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, Jack the Ripper shit. So they're just killing people, taking their energy. So he goes back in time and he meets Whoopi Goldberg again. And it's very weird, some of these episodes, and like they meet like Mark Twain's. They find Mark Twain there, and he's friends with like
that's some Doctor Who.
Yeah,
shit
and they meet Mark Twain, and they talk to like Guinan, who's Whoopi Goldberg, and like he comes to the future with them, and he's like the starship and all this other shit. And how
I think they do that with fucking William Shakespeare in fucking Doctor Who.
Yeah, I'm
like
sure
they go back, and then he ends up like coming
with
back to the future with them, like on accident. It's not like the current future for him; it's still like in the past, but still way ahead of his time.
Yeah,
and it's weird, but that has to be where they got.
It could have been
some of that.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure Doctor Who is probably influenced
because they do a lot of shit like that, like. They'll go back in time and meet some sort of historical figure before they are who they are.
Yeah, historically, like important.
Yeah.
Well, and then Whoopi Goldberg character before they go on this mission to go to this planet, she's like, you have to go on this mission. Picard, who is Patrick Stewart, you have to go. He's like, why? He's like, you just have to go on this mission. So then they go back in time and finds out he meets her 500 years in the past, in the 1850s, and then like it's funny. It's like he's like they're about to leave the past. He's like, I'll see you. In 500 years. It's just funny.
What the hell?
There's so many good episodes of just like random stuff that happens. And it really is really great show, really good storylines. And some kind of seem like this like familiar, it's the same, but like they're different in their own way still.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good episodes. And you're just like, wow. Now the last few seasons I'm kind of getting
burnout on it.
Burnout a little bit, and they seem a bit different because obviously, like Gene Roddenberry died, who's the creator. He died like during like season 4 or season 5. So you can
see a lot of the creative differences.
A little bit, but some just like some of the characters how they act are a little bit different. But it is a really good show, and I would recommend that to anybody out there who likes science fiction to check out TNG, Next Generation, and just the characters are just really good developed characters. All of them are. And it's got, like I said, famous, but it's got fucking...
It's got a stacked cast.
Yeah, it's got...
Before they were a stacked
big,
cast.
yeah. And also, you had Patrick Stewart, who was doing stuff before then. But you had, like...
It wasn't really big, right?
He was more in Europe because he's British, so he might have had more of a following over there. Kind of like Alec Guinness over here didn't have a big... But he was doing shit over in England forever.
Makes sense.
If you don't know, Alec Guinness played Obi-Wan in the original Star Wars.
Right.
But yeah, there you had Jonathan Frakes, who... The only thing I've seen Jonathan Frakes do was voices Xanatos and Gargoyles. And then you had Marina Sirtis. Again, the only thing I ever saw her do was fucking Demona and Gargoyles. Brent Spiner, he's done stuff.
I fucking love.
He does the doctor in the scientist in Europe movie, Independence Day. It looks just like Data. That's crazy because what he's painted was weird. It's weird seeing him without face paint because he's always white in Star Trek. He's a white android. He's like face painted white. He's like yellow irises. But you see him without, and like that looks so different. Like no, put the makeup back on. Oh my god, Kitty Boy.
Hello.
It's got Michael Dorn. I don't know. He's like he plays the Klingon Worf, great guy. And they got LeVar Burton from Reading Rainbow. Google that shit. It's my favorite meme with him in it. Hey, what's that? Google that shit. I love it. But great cast. I would recommend to anybody. And then it had Denise Crosby, who was the granddaughter of Bing Crosby, but she left the show, which is funny. She's like, she left at the end of season 1. She's like, I'm just not doing what I want to do. I feel like I'm just a piece of the background. This and that. I'm like, lady, it's the first season. Like, Patrick Stewart lived in a fucking hotel room for the entire first season because he didn't know if the show was gonna like go anywhere. Yeah, he lived. And I also watched some of these videos, like Star Trek videos of like 10 things you didn't know or 10 random facts. I love those things.
I love that.
And Star Trek is such a big fucking universe. That goes on for fucking years.
Right.
But I guess when he fucking lived there, like he didn't even know the show was gonna go anywhere. So he lived in this like fucking apartment or a hotel room for like months filming this.
Shooting.
Yeah, because he didn't know if it was gonna go anywhere or not. He's like, gonna go back home.
Right.
But she left because she was like, oh, I'm not doing this and the other, not doing anything I want. I'm like, it's all the first season. Like, you got to calm down. The show just began. Like, they're probably being real stingy with stuff.
Right. They're not going to go all out on something that they don't know if it's
especially since it's the only second Star Trek show ever to be in 20 years. Like, the first one came out in 68, and now this one came out like 87.
Right.
So, yeah, they're going to be a little uptight about it. But, yeah, I'm doing that. What's I doing? Finished watching Demon Slayer.
Nice.
Good anime. Season 2 comes out soon. I read the comic, but
dude,
Cat's like, dude, give me attention, motherfucker. God, let me get in your lap, you dick. God, jeez Louise. So I said that the other day.
Jeez Louise.
I haven't said "Oh my goodness" in a while.
Are you gonna be? Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Are you gonna say something?
Oh my goodness! Such a great line to hear. In an adult film, it just takes it out of you.
It's so hilarious.
It just makes it this is fake.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Oh my Jesus Christ.
My Jesus.
Oh my God. You want to get some Kool-Aid Jammers after this?
Kool-Aid Jammers. Hyde, what are you doing?
I want to be on the fucking way, dude. I want to talk. He wants to be in the fucking action, dude.
Talking to the mic. We still gotta talk about a couple things.
What's that?
We gotta talk about how everyone needs to keep their eyes and ears open because sometime next month we're gonna go on a little bit of an adventure.
Oh yeah,
we are
hopefully
going to
we're planning it.
We are in the process of
planning said trip.
Yes,
to wherever. I hope you've done research because I have not. Have you done research?
I'm telling you exactly where we're going.
Where?
We're gonna go to the old firehouse and wait.
Oh, we're going there. Okay, that's fair. I'll let you go there because you said it's haunted because your story, which I don't believe you. But
that's fine.
I believe you believe it, and that's good enough for me.
You don't have to believe it.
I don't believe it, but I believe you believe it, and that's good enough for me. You were there, I wasn't, so I'm very skeptical or skep, which you think is not a word you never heard before. Skep, or sketch.
I hadn't at the time. Had not.
Is that even a word? Is hadn't a word?
Had not.
Yeah, but isn't a contraction of a word?
Yes.
But is it a real word?
Yes.
Okay, real words. I guess that's a very.
What the fuck?
It's a very like. What's the word I'm looking for? That's like not saying a real word is not saying a word is not a real word is like it's like a double entendre. Like if you say a word and some people know what it means, it's a word. But you hadn't. Yeah, hadn't. I don't really use that word. Hey. Maybe I do. I don't know. I don't pay attention to me. Colloquial speech is weird. Anyway, y'all.
We
The
are.
firehouse.
Yes, we are in the process. Excuse me.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, kitty kisses. Oh my Jesus.
Dude, you're knocking my mic over. What is happening right now?
I said, Mom, I need attention.
Jeez, Louise.
It's just you here. Jeez Louise, oh my goodness, cat. Fucking shoot her off the pot. Fucking take a lick and leave.
We are in the process of acquiring some ghost hunting equipment.
I saw a hat today that I thought you'd wear. What did you like? It says Paranormal Investigator on it. I almost bought it for you today.
Damn.
Today.
I saw a hat the other day that said I'd rather be ghost hunting, and I was like, I should buy that for myself.
I like how you and I want to go ghost hunting. We're terrified of dark places with ghosts.
I love it. So our goal here is to acquire the necessary equipment.
Camera, a EMF recorder,
an EMF detector, yes.
Detector recorder,
and a voice recorder.
So
we are in the process of acquiring such equipment, and then we are going to go ghost hunting, and Smokestack is going to come with us and be our cameraman, and we're going to record it, and then we are going to upload it to our YouTube channel. And I was thinking,
don't expect much, guys.
No,
a lot of screaming, a lot of nothing. Like, this is boring. This is just dark, dark and empty.
We will. I was thinking, instead of calling it like a separate playlist, right? Instead of it being like GreasyGeesies, it's like Creepy Geesies.
It's called Spook and Goot.
Spooky Geesies doesn't really work as much, but like Creepy Geesies kind of goes with the thing. Can you think of anything else? Spooky and creepy are the only ones I could think of.
Uneasy Geesies.
Uneasy Geesies. I do like that. But I think that should be like that playlist, like that channel.
Just the screaming geese.
Screamy Geesies.
Yeah, just screaming. We're just screaming. The honking geese.
Screaming Geesies. Or screamy Geesies and GreasyGeesies.
Uneasy Geesies.
Uneasy is good.
Queasy Geesies. No, it's different. I've never really been ghost. I tried to go ghost hunting one time, but I didn't really do anything. But I've never seen like, I don't know. Paranormal was like, you watch the shows, you know the shows are fucking fake, like taps and shit. You know that shit's like.
Dude, don't get me started.
Some of that stuff is like legit.
I think
just
fucking Zak Bagans is a fucking absolute garbage human being, and I think that everything he does is fake, and he's so fucking over the top.
I think they're all fake. Even like they learn. Oh, look at the door. The door closed. I'm like, dude, like.
I don't know.
Could easily put like a fucking string on that door. You're not gonna see on a fucking camera and close the door.
I have been rewatching.
But the reality TV shows, you know, part of that is fake to an extent.
I'm sure some of it is a little bit.
Like ghost hunters, we hunt ghosts. I'm like,
I love Ghost Hunters.
It was a good show when it came on. Like Ghost Hunters, was that the one with Taps?
Yes.
Okay, because that's one I've seen. It's just like that was such a great show at the time. They should used to fucking give me the willies. And that was just, but Ghost Hunting.
Well, no, I truly believe that like they were. I mean,
trying
they were
to.
an actual company.
Yeah.
Like well before that, like they didn't just like let's start a show. Like they were a genuine company who had already been
ghost hunting
working for like 10, 15 years before the show ever started.
Mm-hmm.
And they were genuinely trying to like help people
with their paranormal
with
activities.
Their problems. Yeah. And it was like, we want to come in and try and debunk whatever it is that you say you're experiencing.
They want to come in.
They want to fucking just, they want to,
what that rectoplasm.
Bust in. They want to bust in. They want to bust into your rectum. Rectoplasm.
Ectoplasm in your rectum.
No, they wanted to like listen to your claims and try and debunk them and make you feel better about.
Make you feel stupid for your fucking retardation.
Well, yeah, like,
you're just psychic, bitch. Yeah, I mean, you're psycho, bitch.
You're just psychic, obviously.
You're just a psycho bitch. Get help.
But they really tried. They try really hard to.
I love when things try hard.
Oh, dude, the hardest. They try to debunk a lot of the people's claims, and I genuinely think that, like, especially when they first started out, that they genuinely wanted to help people and make them more comfortable in their own
living or place where they live, whatever.
And then I think, of course, as the show goes on, it becomes more geared toward the dramatic and shit.
Yeah, it's like going like big like prisons and stuff and castles that have like actually stories there. Like not just be like, hey, we need help you. We're like, yeah, you have this fucking residence of fucking like a castle. Like, yeah, there's gonna be people that died and be murdered. Same with prisons, but like,
it became more of a dramatic.
Yeah, dramatic, like just attention grabber.
Yeah,
like watch it to get views.
Yeah, but I still feel like their goals were still the same. I just think that they got sucked into the production.
What's the one with the guy you're talking about, Zach? Is that Ghost Adventures or?
Yeah, I fucking hate that guy. That guy's a fucking douchebag.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. He looks like a douchebag. My old boss said he had like tattoos on that ward away spirits and shit. He has like tattoos that ward away spirits.
When you compare like him and like the guys from fucking Ghost Hunters, they're like it's.
One's definitely I can tell he's doing this for the fucking like just to do the show.
He's
well, Tabs actually have like a legit company.
Yeah, he was just like, oh, I want to go out and like hunt ghosts, and I want to go out and like hunt demons and shit. And
demons. How about a demon that possesses your dumb ass?
Oh,
and kills you.
He bought the fucking house that's supposedly possessed by demons. Like, we watched a whole fucking documentary about it, and I was like, I fucking hate this guy so much. I think it's literally called Demon House. And it's about him buying this fucking house that's supposedly haunted by demons and all this possessed, like the whole thing. He's fucking
so flustered with it.
I hate him so much. He's full of shit.
Oh yeah, he has a look of being full of shit.
Yeah, he looks.
You look at him like he's a fucking full of shit guy. You don't hear him fucking speak.
He literally got bullied so much in high school. He had to have.
He got the hair of a fucking douchebag.
Yeah, he does.
That spiky hair.
It's also really high. It's also really
super high, super like in the front. Like he's got like a front like wave going on.
100%. I bet he has the worst hairline of all time, and that's why he does that.
I 100% believe he probably has like horrible dick games.
Oh, he probably has zero rhythm.
All those ghosts keep fucking walking on. All those demons like, there's a demon in here right now. I gotta fuck my rhythm.
Hopefully my fucking tattoos keep him away.
Where's my Latin script? That's our guy. So he's like the dude from fucking what's that movie you guys let me borrow? The fuck with the go with the tattoos on them. He has to read that keep him.
Memento.
It seems like that dude, but worse. Like that dude would have a better chance of hunting ghosts than this motherfucker.
He's the worst. So I actually went to the library today.
Such a good movie.
And I was
Memento.
Memento is a great movie.
Who did that? You said some director has a bunch of movies.
I think it's the same guy who did like Fight Club. Who was that? Fincher? I don't know. I mean, you just.
I'm asking you. Well, you said that movie. The guy who did the movie did like other movies that were also good, or you said something that was like a sequel to
director?
it, or who made it?
Yeah,
the director,
I'm pretty sure it was.
Director or the guy who makes. You said that guy did other movies too that were good.
Yeah, I think he's the same guy who did Fight Club. Hold on, I'll look it up. Memento.
I said there's other movies he did that you liked or were good or stuff.
Oh no, it's fucking Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan, yeah, that guy.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan's the one who did all the Batman movies.
Yeah, but I know he did other stuff before then.
Did David Fincher do? I'm pretty sure David Fincher did Fight Club. I don't know why I was thinking he did do Fight Club, but he also did Seven as well.
Seven, I've never.
Maybe that's why I'm mixing those up.
I've never seen Fight Club.
Fight Club is really good. I actually just watched it for the first time. Like,
think of David Fincher. Think of David Lynch, who did fucking big movie Dune, and he also did Twin Peaks.
Oh yeah.
Great show. Ended on a horrible note. I haven't seen the new season. Twin Peaks is a good show. Yeah, Twin Peaks is a good show. It really is. Well, the only thing that sucks about that show is that midway through the second season they solve the murder. But then they keep going. So it's kind of like you've already been to the climax, and now you're just like, it's like you just busted a nut, and you're just like then you just have like fucking with a limp dick, and like you're just like
Zak Bagans.
Yeah, like Zak Bagans, like a bust on you, and then you just fucking with a limp dick. You're like, it's not really going to do anything for me.
100% Zak Bagans is a limp dick.
Oh yeah, for sure.
24/7. 100%. He calls Roman.
Call Roman right now. Now enhancement.
he fucking gets Roman packages. Like, if you get Roman packages, that's fine, as long as you're not Zak Bagans. Because if you're Zak Bagans and you get Roman shit, I'm going to make fun of you. Anyone else, I won't make fun of you. You can have ED. It's fine. I don't care. However, if you're Zak Bagans and have ED, I'm going to make fun of you.
I think it's funny his last name is Baggins, and that just gives an insult to the fucking Frodo Baggins from the Rings. Like, dude, this name is Baggins.
I was saying, I went to the library today.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. And
we're ghost hunting, so let's go back to that, too.
Well, it still ties in. It's about Zak Bagans. I went to the library, and I was looking. Limp Dick Baggins.
Write it down.
Our fucking title.
Limp Dick Baggins. Limp Dick Baggins. I'm LD Baggins. That's a great name for a fucking character.
Going into this, I really thought that our title was going to be like a tribute to Trevor. Nope, it's going to be Limp Dick Baggins.
Or Scorps and Pites.
Or Scorps and Pites. However, so I went in there and I was looking in like the paranormal section naturally, because that's the kind of shit I do. You're
fucking creepy bitch.
Because I'm a Ouija bitch.
Yeah, you got the Ouija board.
So I was looking through the whole like ghost and paranormal section, and then there is his fucking like whatever book he has.
Some bullshit.
And it's just like,
I'm cool and a douchebag and I hunt ghosts. I'm like, dude, there's probably nothing crucial in that book. Nothing that's actually like like good in
let
that
me-
book that's worth reading a fuck about.
Let me see what the fuck the title of his book is called, because it was something so dumb. And
Demon Hunter, fucking.
I am haunted, living life through the dead by Zak Bagans.
Wow, that
Get
sounds like
the
stuff.
fuck
That sounds like
outta
the fucking
here.
book from Beetlejuice. Recently deceased would be a better title.
Yeah, I am haunted.
And
I was like,
how big was? Did you look at it? How big was it?
I mean, it was big
Was it
enough
bigger than his
that
limp
I
dick?
didn't. I don't know. I've never seen his limp dick.
That's pretty limpy. It's like so
Limpy,
limpy.
it's pretty limpy.
It's so limpy. It's like in his ass.
They also he also wrote a ghost hunting for dummies book. Like,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
it's probably one page like I'm a dummy. I don't.
I'm a dummy.
What, how do you like? Yeah,
Get a show.
go and hunt ghosts. It's really it'd be like how to walk outside. Open the door and go outside. Like how to go hunt ghosts. Go get a camera and go into a building
And
that's
go say,
supposedly
Are
haunted.
there any ghosts here? Is anyone here?
Dude, if we go to that firehouse and I say some shit and someone fucking says some shit back, I am leaving. And I will leave you and I'll fucking leave Smokestack. And I'm like, I'm fucking gone. You only see me like, you'll turn around, I'll be gone. There'll be no. I'm
I'll be like,
I'm gonna bring
hope he
flashlights.
left and not like fucking died.
I'm gonna take some torches. Well, I was thinking, funny, I'd like get separated from you and like just leave, like call an Uber and just leave. Like, where the fuck did he go? Like, where did he go?
I like
And
it.
make
You're
you
just,
think
like, dead.
and make you think I'm dead and just be fucking hilarious. You'd be like, call me, like, are you here? And then make you think I'm dead.
Like you just leave your cell phone somewhere.
No, not even that. I'll just be dead and I'll just like disappear.
I'll
Like,
just
you
be
think,
dead.
like you think I just like I just disappeared into like the
Oh.
fucking night or whatever, and that's like
End
I'll,
of the
and I'll
night.
call an Uber and leave. And you'd be like,
End of the night.
dude, he died. And they're like, come to, and like I see you coming to like work to check on me. Like, is he here? You'd be like, dude, you're such a dick.
So
Gotcha.
funny.
Aha! Like Mac from fucking.
Ah, that'd be
Got
so,
you good, you fucker.
That'd be so bad.
Yeah, what?
That
You'd be
would
like,
be
oh my god,
awful.
you're such a dick. That's hilarious.
I would cry.
You would cry like that's hilarious. Don't ever do that again. I'll really kill you.
I will actually kill you, and you'll be
Yeah.
like for real dead.
No splitting up.
Yeah. Oh,
We're
for
together.
sure. No
If
well, we
someone
can't split up anyway. But we only have one camera.
if someone does get lost, they're on
not
their own.
It's not big enough to get lost.
In the dark. Anything's big enough to get lost in.
In the dark, anything. In a closet.
Oh yeah, you get totally lost in the closet, dude. Have you seen Narnia? Like I fucking turn around in like a whole other world,
That is.
whole new world there, dude. Like Aladdin.
Do not go into the wardrobe.
Yeah, don't go anywhere. We're gonna be together, fucking back to back to back. Well, me and her be back to back,
And like we'll like
but with our
like-
flashlights.
flashlights.
Freeze, puke. Put on the VCR.
We'll have our flashlights, but we're also back to back in the fucking Charlie's Angels movie.
Yeah.
And we'll just be like sidestepping down the hallways together.
Bitch, shut up. I'm trying to look for the ghost.
Like, is anybody here with us?
If someone does something, but if I start hearing children laughing,
There's no children. I've never heard children's laughter there.
oh well, when you go, they might. You never know. I'm like, oh my god, they're here to play. I'm like, if I see anything of an apparition, gone.
Gone.
We're
I'm
leaving.
fucking
I will
gone.
grab you. We're leaving. I'll grab you and we're gone. That right now. I'm like,
He's like, but the YouTube, but the car.
I don't give a fuck.
We spent
like,
so much on this camera.
that is death right there. That is something you cannot fight that with anything you have except the fucking salt.
Are we gonna take salt
Yes.
for a fucking salt circle?
Salt circles. We're bringing fucking all the flashlights I can fucking carry on my person. I'm gonna wear my fucking cargo pants. I have nothing but flashlights and batteries.
Definitely bring extra batteries.
Yeah, batteries. Well, I guess I heard that in when the ghost ran, the fucking electronics don't work anyway. So I'm bringing glow sticks. They can't fuck with that. Haha! Gotcha, bitch. You think it'd be slick? Oh, I'm trying for flashlights.
Alright,
Nope.
Let's
Click, click,
make
click,
a
click, click.
list of all of our ghost hunting equipment that we need.
Me, you, smokestack, cats
Cats.
on leashes.
Ghost hunting equipment.
Haunted by demons.
I am haunted.
We need to get the fucking book so we can like prepare ourselves.
I got a Haunted Ohio book today.
Did you? There's so many places in Ohio that are haunted.
Yeah, it was like haunted, like Ohio's historic haunts is I think what it's called. I'm
We
gonna
went-
read it on the plane. on
We went to
Sunday.
Lucy's Run one time, which is a graveyard. I don't know if I talked about this before on the last episode or on another episode we've had. But there was a graveyard called Lucy's Run somewhere around here. It took us forever to find it. And it's like a small little graveyard, like not even that big. And supposedly there, the lady, if I remember the story right, she was going to be married. The guy like ditched out on her, so like she found him and started chasing him down on a horse in the creek bed by the cemetery. And she fell off the horse into the water and drowned somehow.
Rough.
So, like, depending on Lucy's Run there, you'll see her at Lucy's Run. But we're walking there, and we're already on edge because it's nighttime, and we've already talked about ghosts, which already puts people on edge to begin with because that's just creepy. And I had this thing I used to do, like all my friends, I walk really quietly because like all the kids and teenagers used to drag their feet, like their heels.
Yeah,
when
I
they
still,
take a
I
step.
still walk like that.
I know, you fucking idiot.
But it's only
I'm just
every
kidding.
once in a while.
I don't do it on
It's like
purpose.
I forget to pick up my feet sometimes.
You're so lazy.
It might be laziness.
I get to see you shuffling in the future in like 10 years. You're like, I don't know if I can pick my feet up anymore. I just shuffle everywhere. like your house slippers, just like, just
I hope you
not
guys
walk
can hear
anymore. Just fucking just shuffle. You're shuffling, bitch. You fucking playing shuffleboard.
Flashlights.
Flashlight, glow sticks.
Times 10.
Times 10 times Kaokin times 100.
Kaokin times 10. Glow sticks.
Salt. We need the camera, we need the EMF.
Camera, the EMF detector, the voice recorder, flashlights times 10, glow sticks, and salt. We should get headlamps.
Fuck it. I used to have one. And then I'm gonna bring a knife just in case I meet somebody who's physically there.
There shouldn't be one there. It's not functioning
you never know.
anymore. I have to ask my dad if we can go.
Well, you never know. Some fucking miscreant could be living in there. Cause I used to watch
it's all locked.
That told me nothing.
There's no way they can get in.
If they wanted to, and trust me, if they want to get in, they'll get in.
I mean, fair, but
if you're a homeless person that can nowhere to live, you'll fucking.
I was
find
just
a way.
there not too long ago because we took Smokestack to go see it.
Oh, that's right. You told me you went on the trip.
And yeah, we're going to my hometown. In my hometown,
Which I've been wanting to see it for a while now because
Yes.
it sounds so like I just picture like Twin Peaks in my head, just this small town with like one store
it is.
and like half a gas and like a full gas, like half a gas station with like one attendant.
we have 2 gas stations.
Oh
in
wow!
town, and then there's one on the
wow,
outskirts.
you guys must be fucking fancy out
A
there.
McDonald's, a Subway, a Domino's.
Yeah, I'm sure it's updated a lot since the 1800s.
Yes, it has.
But
The new firehouse. So my dad is the fire chief in my hometown, and when I was growing up, we had this old, outdated fire station, and it was literally like my second home. And this place was haunted as shit. And like anyone who's ever spent a significant amount of time there has some sort of story about.
So how's it
something
haunted
that
though?
they've
Like, what have you seen
experienced.
besides the doors closing story you told me?
After we used the Ouija board, I'll tell that whole story in our video.
Yeah.
Like while we're there, like
Yeah.
hunting, I will
Hunting,
Do you like
quotation
the way I
marks.
said that? I like
Hunting.
while we're there exploring
With my inner demons.
I am haunted.
By my inner demons.
I am fucking Limp Dick Bagans, and I am haunted. I am haunted by ED.
So fucking great. It's fucking
He's
gold.
done absolutely nothing to us, but I fucking hate him.
There's a lot of people like me and Guy Fieri.
Oh, I fucking love Guy Fieri.
Hate the motherfucker. Don't never met the dude, but just fuck
He's
that
such a
guy.
good guy.
Just fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck him in the ass.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Anyway, it was a horrifying fucking place to be in when I was growing up. Like,
Why'd you go there all the time?
Always, I didn't have a choice. I mean, I was a kid.
Could go outside. I'm
There
gonna
was
go
nothing-
outside.
There was
I
nothing to do.
Well, fuck it. Rather than be haunted by ghosts.
It's literally just the parking lot. Like, that was it.
Chalk. Jacks. Foursquare going.
So, Foursquare.
Or the ghost.
And I'm the only kid at Foursquare.
Hey, you guys want to play some Foursquare? Hell yeah,
Orville.
play some Foursquare.
Orville, you know how to play Foursquare? What?
Get the fuck down here, you bitch.
So it was
Foursquare,
just
place Foursquare.
a horrible thing. Like, it was just like you constantly felt like you were being watched. You would hear footsteps. You would see like shadows, like of someone. Like, you would see, like, I swear someone just walked by me. You would hear people. You would hear like your name being called. Like, there were a couple instances, like when my sister got older and she was there's like an officer's area, like an officer's room, and
What do you mean?
like just like a desk, like an office area for the officers.
Officers of like cops or just fire people?
Like, so they're like lieutenants, the captains, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
good,
yeah. Sorry.
Right.
So
Right, mate.
my sister's a lieutenant and has been for a very long time now. But she would be in there doing paperwork and fuck.
What are you doing?
I was trying to fix something. Anyway, so she was in there doing paperwork and heard someone
Say your name.
yell her name from the bottom of the stairs. And she was like, yeah, like, I'm up in the office. And she thought it was another guy who was on the department named Andy. And then she heard like loud boots coming up the stairs. Like, and he always used to wear boots, but she heard boots coming up from the stairs, and then it just stopped. And so she called him, and she was like,
"You on the station?
What do you want?" He was like, "What do you mean?" She was like, "I just heard you yell my name, and then you come upstairs when I holler that I'm upstairs, that I'm in the office, and then, like,
Stop.
Where'd you go?"
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "I'm not even there." Like, he was out of town.
Right.
And
that's creepy.
She went out. No one was there. She was the only person there.
I've been gone. I'll never set foot back in the building again.
Shit like that happens all the time. Like, so there is what they call like the day room. Basically, essentially like the living room, and there's a kitchen area, stuff like that. We used to have, of course, like a couch and a TV and pool table, ping pong table, all that kind of stuff. Like basically just the area that you would hang out with if you were on duty or whatever. And that's where I spent a lot of time as a kid, because everyone's busy doing stuff, they're whatever, so I'm stuck here. There are 2 doors that go out to opposite sides of the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a door here that comes down this hallway, comes this way, and then there's this other door here, which is like right across from the stairwell. And you would hear someone walk from one side of the hallway to the one door all the way up to the other door, and you would just like feel like
a presence,
someone's fucking there,
right?
And you'd just be terrified to look,
right?
Like, I just remember being so terrified to ever look and see if someone was there or not, but there was never anybody there. And it was a terrifying place. Like, as a kid, just constantly felt like I was being watched, and I constantly felt like anytime I would turn a corner, that I would see something.
Dude, that creeps. Dude, corners freak me out. Like, the one of the freakiest thing.
Even walking around this corner, like I'm like here,
right?
Freaks me out.
Not even walking, but like something peeking over like around the corner at you is one of the creep. Like, it happened in my house. Like, I'll be kind of blitzed. I'm sitting and watch TV, and then where my TV is like right here, and the hallway's right there, and it's usually dark. So like, I swear, I'll be like, my eyes, I swear I see something there. It's never there. I'm like, dude, my creep thing is a see thing, just like kind of like creeping like this around the corner. I would shit my fucking pants. Like, the scene, like the one scene that creeped me out in that movie Insidious was a scene where he's got the fucking table, and he looks at the dude, looks back at the chick, looks back, and there's that fucking creature right behind him, but only half it. Like, something peeking around the corners is the freakiest thing. It's just like, it's so creeped me out. That freaks me the fuck out.
I agree 100%.
Like, that would be the creepiest thing to fucking see, someone's face just poking out around the corner at you.
Yeah, either that or just like, I just hate the idea of walking around a corner and just seeing something there. Like, that's the horrifying fucking.
I've never had a ghost experience. I mean, I do hear footsteps on my own apartment building. Like, I feel like I'd be like, hear like dun 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 dun, and then go back, and I'm like, who the fuck's on the roof at fucking 2 a.m.?
Right, but it's also easy to like
deduce what
dismiss it.
Yeah,
and it's like, for some reason,
could be an animal, or could be a fucking raccoon.
Weirdos up on the roof, or an animal. You know, it's so easy to dismiss some of those things. But then there's the things that you can't dismiss, that you just genuinely can't explain.
I never had anything like that. I couldn't really explain. Except that UFO I saw. That's one thing I couldn't ever explain.
Shit too.
Oh, I know. I forgot to tell a story. Like, just look at stars in the sky and see when it started moving, and fucking did some zigzaggies and some squirrels, and those fucking whoop, just fucking sped away. I'm like,
sweet.
That wasn't a bug. It wasn't a satellite.
Right. Like, satellites don't do that.
Yeah. I swear, dude. Me and Steven both saw it.
I believe you.
Laying on the back deck on our other buddy's pool, and we're just looking at it, dude, and it was just like, it was a stationary, and just did a fucking beeline, and then did some swirly shits, and then zoop, zipped away. They did some swirls and zigzags, kind of like, I don't know, you call it, I guess like how a fly would like buzz around.
Yeah.
And then fucking zipped off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that wasn't a bug. That wasn't a fucking, like, a plane. Or
it was Muff.
Yeah, it was Muff. It wasn't a plane. Wasn't like a satellite in space. Wasn't a random star moving like that.
Right.
Yeah, that was something of UFO.
Right. It was actually an unidentified flying object. Extraterrestrial or not, it is absolutely an unidentified flying object.
Yeah, it was weird. Now I'll tell Steven if I ever ask Steven, he'll fucking confirm that happened. Like,
oh, I believe it.
We both saw it, and I know people say, "Oh, you're eyesight tricks." That's true, they do, but because obviously, first-hand account of sight is a very in science is not
It's the least
credible thing because your
eyes.
Like
eyewitness testimony in a case.
Yeah, same thing.
It is the absolute least credible thing.
And that was like the only thing I've had. But I never had a ghost experience really before, or anything like that.
I mean, that's just how I.
I guess I never really had anywhere like was ghosts had old, or I never had like old buildings I lived in, or
my house even growing up.
Just that fire station it was just the fire station you hung out in was obviously older.
Yeah. Now they have the new fire station, and it's fucking beautiful. But so now it's not functioning anymore, so no one's there. They have some equipment parked there.
The old one or the new one?
The old one.
Yeah.
And
is it like brick?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking like some wood shack.
No. It's a 2-story brick building. And they say that like growing up there was always like they always called it Ghost Orville. Because apparently there was some sort of like janitor that used to work there like way back when.
Mm-hmm.
And his name was Orville. And everyone like growing up they always said that like when Orville died he just kind of.
Now, have you found any records of this, or
I have
checked
not.
records of that? Like a guy named Orville working there?
But I actually plan on it before we
go. You should. That'd be great, actually.
And I kind of want to talk to my dad about it. What I actually think would be kind of fun to do is almost do like a couple interviews
with people
who like this is like my family.
I was just thinking that,
like
with your dad, like sit down, like
because my dad is a complete skeptic. Like my dad has had, and he was never admitted this to me. My mom is the one who told me about this a few years ago. Because my mom and my brother and sister and I, like, we were the ones, like, when I was growing up that we would we would go out and go ghost hunting, and we would go to all those, like,
go ghost hunting. go ghost hunting.
We would go to those like, oh, here's like the haunted bridge.
Yeah, bridge. I never got that stuff like bridge. This is a haunted road. I'm like, who the fuck haunts a road? If you're not trapped if you're not trapped in a fucking building, walk.
Well, it's like with those like there was one place that we went to and it was like supposedly someone died on a motorcycle.
Oh, there's so many around Ohio.
If you like park at this specific place and you flash your headlights like 3 times.
That shit's all. I think that's bogus. That's way too much to see a ghost. Like, who's just like, oh, my time. They flash their heads like 3 times. I got nothing else going on. I guess I'll just fucking appear out of nowhere. Like, it's so bullshit.
Yeah, I agree.
Carrying like a fucking basket of apples, like headless.
Headless.
Like, okay.
But we used to do that shit though. Like when I was younger. Like, we would just go out and do that
just
kind of stuff.
Nothing better doing in a fucking town.
There really wasn't. So that was what we did. Like my sister.
Hang out in cornfields.
We did. Shut up. To hang out in the fucking gazebo down by McDonald's.
Hey, gazebos are cool.
That is it.
We had a gazebo in the woods. That was random. Go on.
That is cool.
It's creepy now. I think about it.
So I like it.
I like it too, but it was in the woods. Like, it was in the fucking woods. Not like on the edge of a fucking wood line by a trail. Like a trail deep in the fucking woods.
That's still cool, though. It probably is a little creepy, but that is cool.
Creepy. Like, people are fucking here. Well, they did. They had condoms there.
100%.
Condoms there for sure.
Oh, yeah. So my dad was never involved in any of that, but it was always my mom and my siblings and I. And
John told you a story, right? About your dad.
Yes, my mom told me that because we had been talking about it one day, and my dad's just not. He's just not like that.
A believer.
He's super skeptical. But she said that when they were living in their old house before I was born.
Same town.
Yes. Yeah. I'll show you actually the house when we go.
So not the house I live in now. It's a different house. You said the old house, so go on.
It's okay.
Don't mind me.
They used to live on a house down on Main Street that is now. It became an antique shop, and now I think it's like some sort of salon or something like that. But they moved out of there and moved in to the current house right before I was born. So they've been there for
20 years.
30 years. They just paid off their 30-year loan.
Nice. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks. My dad was so excited.
Why are you telling me thanks? Thanks for my parents. Thanks for my parents.
My dad was so excited. He like sent me a screenshot of their like payment, like 0 amount due, like all that shit. He was so pumped. Oh my god, I would die. So would my parents. Not in the house, but like
they might. I hope your dad being a fireplace has fucking smoke detectors in the house. Which would be very ironic if they didn't.
They definitely have smoke detectors.
Very ironic if they didn't.
So annoying about shit like that.
I got 4 in my house.
Like don't even like my dad won't even let her have candles, shit like that. Like she had to convince him to let her have wax melts.
There was a thing I saw on Facebook. It was like I learned how to do stop, drop, roll. It's like I really thought it'd be on fire a lot more often.
Right?
Now as an adult, when I was taught as a kid.
It's almost like the quicksand thing.
Yeah, like, you're gonna
deal.
encounter it everywhere you go. It's like being on fire. You're gonna encounter being on fire everywhere you go. I'm like, I've never set anything on fire in my life. And how people do stuff on fire is beyond me. Unless it's like electrical fire on accident.
Right.
Like who's like I've also with candles lit in the house that have never caught on fire.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really rare
Yeah.
But apparently, the day that my grandpa died.
Oh yeah. Oh,
my dad was woken up in the middle of the night
by some shit
by his dad.
Oh really?
And told him that he was okay and that everything was going to be okay.
Like, did he see him or just like hear him?
No, we saw him.
Oh, okay.
Saw him and heard him, but
could be.
He woke my mom up and told her, and literally never spoke of it again.
But then they found he died. Did he die first and they knew, and then
I don't
slept, or like he died that night, and then my dad was like, I found out he died the next day.
I would assume that
night he died.
That he already had known that he was dead, because if I'm not mistaken, my grandpa was on life support and they took him off life support.
Oh, so it was inevitable.
So
at that point,
yeah. I don't know if
imminent. Better word.
I don't know exactly time frame wise.
Okay.
But I would assume he already knew he was
dying.
Dead. But
it's creepy.
Yeah, and
but if you know
never spoken of it again.
But if you know he's dead or did die, then that could have been just on your mind, fresh on your mind.
Fair,
as well.
Definitely.
Because I've had dreams like that, weird shit of like wake your mind and wake up like, oh, what the fuck was I just thinking? Like, because also when you first wake up, you're still
kind of
delirious. You're in that sleep state. Especially nowadays, people know more about like
sleep
paralysis, and you wake up middle of sleep, which I've had
hallucinations.
Which I've had twice, and hallucinating stuff, and that could have been that as well. But I'm not saying it couldn't be.
Yeah, it's possible, but
the dream runs a weird world.
It's the only thing that my dad has ever experienced and has talked about.
Right.
But he hasn't talked about it. He told my mom about it and then never spoke of it again. And mom is like, if you asked him about it, he would deny it. He would pretend like he never saw it. And I think it really
affected him.
It really affected him to the point where he just doesn't ever want to.
Has your mom experienced stuff?
Oh yeah, my mom was. It's kind of like me, where like when she was young, she would experience a lot of things. She wouldn't like go out ghost hunting and shit, but she was just. My mom always felt like she was really sensitive to like that kind of shit, and I was always felt like I was super sensitive to that kind of stuff. And I used to talk to my grandpa.
It's weird.
And I don't remember if I've ever told you that.
No.
But
they say kids see things because they're
more open-minded.
Yeah.
They they don't have that frame of reference of like, I shouldn't be seeing this. So
well, not only that, but as you get older, your third eye in your brain, which is called the people who study like do like meditation and stuff like that, and they like the pineal gland in your brain is one that makes you dream and stuff and produces those hormones to dream and see things. So like when you're a kid, it's not nowadays. Most people are calcified because there's a lot of fluoride in our water. Yep. So I suppose it calcifies it, so it doesn't have much of an effect. When you're a kid, you don't it's still new, and you can see things that adults can't see.
Yeah, that was me. I mean, my grandpa died 3 years before I was born, and I would go into our laundry room. Yeah. And I would talk to him. Yeah, that's a lot of stories like that you hear with kids. And obviously I had never met him before. But I would like come back and tell my parents stories that like. And then they knew that you've never heard before. Yeah, but I've never heard before. Yeah. And I was only like 3 or 4, so like the odds of me like knowing that stuff is very, very slim. Yeah. And slim to none. So that's what I used to talk to him, and I remember like going back there to talk to him. Did you see him or just hear him? If you remember. I don't remember, but I remember it being a thing. I remember doing it, but I can't for the life of me like conjure up an image of it happening. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's just like a fleeting memory. Yeah. And but I can tell you that to this day, I am still don't like my parents' laundry room. Yeah. Like, I don't like it. Like, I wish I could EMF in there and go see. And hell yeah, in my parents' house. Dude, but I also don't want to, though, because I was... Why? You don't live there anymore. I know, but there's just... I'll say that. Don't turn it on here.
And I'm
absolutely
not taking to my house.
Absolutely not. Not happening. That is only working in places other than where we live.
If you use it, destroy it.
Yeah. I used to be terrified, like, to be at home alone.
Yeah, I remember being that as a kid too, because like you're alone, especially a kid. Like you already feel defenseless. You're not an adult, which doesn't mean as an adult you also do feel defenseless because people are like, oh, it's just ghosts. I'm like, yeah, ghosts. You can't like. I'm afraid of ghosts. Like we talked about. It's like you're more afraid of physical things happening because that could really happen to you.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I'm more afraid of rat person because when you fight a ghost, you can't fucking fight a ghost. Like if it wants to douche you to, you can't be like, no, don't. Here, want to me do fucking arm bar and fucking sweep the leg. Like, nah, it doesn't happen. Like, nah.
Yeah, but like most ghosts aren't gonna be like a violent.
But there are violent ghosts, like poltergeists and stuff.
But so the difference is like a poltergeist isn't necessarily a violent one.
Usually, it's more like
poltergeist.
Bad.
Literally just means like noisy ghost. Is
Yeah.
literally what it translates to, and those are just the ones who like want your attention.
Yeah.
Now, however, there are like more of like the evil spirits, like the demonic spirits, who will mask themselves as poltergeists in order to get that attention, and then they feed off of the attention.
And negative energy as well. Negative energy is too. I know that's a big thing.
In order to try and to scare you, and then feed off your fear, and then hopefully like possess and whatever.
Nice thing, my house was haunted for a while because my house I live in now because I had to wake up in the night screaming stuff. And I was like, it's CJ at work. She does ghost hunting.
Oh really?
Yeah, CJ she does ghost hunting. I'm like, is there anything I can do? She's like, well, just tell him like, just talk to her, like, hey, like leave us alone.
Yeah, this is my house. I live here.
But I know I remember reading I used to read ghost books when I was a teen kid, like stuff like
the Haunted Ohio books?
Well, not like that, but like stuff about ghosts, like usually ghosts around like like temperature will drop.
Yeah.
Get goosebumps
because they pull from the energy in the room.
Like you'll see lights will flicker, which mine do, but that's just because my house is old as fuck.
Also, yeah.
So I mean that could be that too, like that. The walls will ooze green slime.
The fucking rectoplasm.
Yeah, like I said, like having long hair. When I had long hair, she said like having long hair you can pick up on stuff like that because it's an extension of yourself.
Interesting.
So it's like sometimes you'll feel like there are times I've not necessarily in the house, but before you'll like feel somebody look at you. But once you think about that, it makes it even stronger. So it's just like,
yep, yeah,
you're psyching yourself out.
If I feel anything, I just ignore the shit out of it.
You like psych yourself out. Yeah.
I don't like the hallway upstairs. I don't like walking by it. I just like anytime I'm walking from like the living room to the kitchen,
especially because the door opens up that way. So if you close it, it could be something right there.
Or to the kitchen to the living room. Either way. I don't like that hallway.
So I like that my mirror in my bathroom is like my mirror's right here. It's open and closing, but thankfully like there's nothing behind me except the walls are like right behind my back.
Here, yeah.
So you really couldn't anything that was there, and I'd be feeling it.
Right. Same here.
Like it's not enough room for it to be.
Such a narrow bathroom.
Yeah. Like you walk in the bathroom, there's like the fucking sink, fucking toilet, and like shower, and like. Literally, it's probably like wide as like between there and your desk.
Oh God! So
if I was standing here, like, there's nothing that could really be behind me.
Right.
So I'm not really freaky about that, but like.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I just think I struggle with hallways in general.
Probably because as a kid, fucking like one hallway.
My parents' hallway as a kid, like
plus
I would
literally like.
I would run down it.
Yeah.
Every single time I would walk down the hallway, I wouldn't walk. I would run down the hallway, and I still to this day, as a fucking adult, I'll be fucking 27 in 5 days, and I speed walk like a motherfucker down their hallway because I don't like it. Their bedroom, my parents' bedroom, always scared the fuck out of me as a kid.
Why?
I just felt something in there. Always. Like I just
Mom getting railed that you felt.
No, I heard that plenty of times.
Oh my God, stop it.
Awful.
It's awful hearing your parents have sex.
Dude,
and I hope my daughter and my son to hear me and my wife having sex because that way they can be like, this is horrible. Yep. Pass on to your kids. It's always awkward.
It's terrible.
I wish I had the balls to be like, hey, I wish I had the balls to teach me like knock on like, hey, I'm trying to fucking sleep in here. Can you keep it down a little bit? Like turn the radio up or something. Go somewhere else. You have a car. Please. Go drive somewhere. Go out back. You fucking animals.
I always felt like I was being watched in their room.
Is your house? Was the house old? Was it an old house or like newer?
It was just built in like the 70s, probably.
It's always one of that, like, if someone died in there, how's a ghost haunting it? That was always my thing. Like, if someone died here and is attached to this plane.
But it could also be attached to the land in general, too.
That's true, too.
Waynesville is a very old place that has a lot of fucking history.
Well, most states do, because, I mean, obviously, the Native Americans and people died. So, I mean, that's, I guess, a true statement about anywhere, really.
I think I told you this story. I think I told you the story about my brother and I digging that giant hole in the backyard.
Your mom got mad.
And because she fucking fell in it.
Yeah, she fell in it.
But the whole point of that story was that there was apparently some like tribe or something like that used to be on the land, and there's like a very small creek in the woods behind, like well behind our house.
Yeah.
And there was always this like legend, basically, that they buried some kind of treasure back there.
Oh, really?
Like somewhere near
you told me
the
that,
creek.
so you're digging for it.
Yeah, so I know there were people that lived on the land before it was developed into our town, village. But it's just so it could just be something that was like attached to the land. It could be something that's attached to something that they own.
Mm-hmm.
Like it could be attached to one of them.
So you're telling something about your mom's stories? I was asking you about if your mom's experienced stuff.
Oh, my mom's experienced a lot of shit. Like she was just always like a really sensitive kind of kid, just like I was.
Mm-hmm.
Like she would just experience like kind of like the normal shit, just like feeling like you're being watched, you know, maybe seeing shadows, seeing shit out of the corner of your eye. Her big thing, and same with like a lot of my family too, was a lot of the feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I would actually see shit when I was younger.
I've never seen anything. Kind of sad.
They would feel
a
lot. So I think it's just like different levels of like sensitivity.
I'm not necessarily a skeptic about this stuff, but like I've never experienced anything like that. But like,
hard, yeah.
But people have been doing it for ages, like have experienced things. Now, obviously, as science has advanced, some things can be explained better than 200-300 years ago.
Right.
Like, I saw a glow in the sky. I'm like, that's just like like that's just heat thunder or something like other shit, like shit that could be explained, like some natural phenomenon, but like that they didn't know back. But I'm sure people did have seen ghosts for fucking centuries.
I really
years.
feel like
even before now, like stories have been told from Navajos, the fucking Inuits, to people out in the fucking like Dune Seas.
I really think that there's just something else that we just can't explain yet.
Some people think it's just like a whole other plane of reality. It just crosses with ours.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
like there's just something that we haven't been able to explain yet. I think that it's a real thing. I don't know if it's exactly what our belief is. If it's like, oh, it's our dead ancestors and whatever. I don't honestly know.
Yeah.
But I do believe that there is something that we can't explain yet. And in 200 years, maybe we'll look back and be like, what a bunch of fucking idiots.
Well, yeah, we don't know any better.
Same thing we do now with the past. They're like, oh my God, can you believe that?
I think it's, I remember I used to watch like ghost shows as a kid, like, not necessarily like ghost hunting shows, but like shows about like ghost people have experienced like ghost stories.
Oh yeah, like ghost stories, like Haunted.
Yeah, like haunted stuff like that.
Was a
like
big show. I used to love
stuff like that. I remember one be like, these girls were like, they were at some hotel and like they turned the lights off and they woke up. There was like 2 red eyes in the closet looking at them, or
dude,
like
that kind of shit.
Or like, of course, the hotels are always a big one, like old hotels. So like, yeah, I was in a room one time and I woke up and there was like this headless dude walking in my room. I'm like, dude, fuck that.
Right.
Or like, this person's haunted, or like a lot more like the Civil War places. Like, I see soldiers walking. Where I woke up, there's this Civil War soldier standing in my room.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that I would freak the living fuck out, and I would immediately leave my residence. I would leave my fucking car after that.
It's a lot different living somewhere with an experience and visiting somewhere.
Yeah, oh, definitely. He's like, yeah, I'm living, but dude, I can imagine them. People like, oh, like people at the hotels, like, oh yeah, I've heard stuff and seen stuff, so I know that shit. Like, just Bobby Mackey's around here, like in Kentucky, same thing.
Yep.
I've never been there, but like, oh, there's a hole to hell in the fucking basement. There's a portal to hell. Or this and I'm like, that's fucking crazy. Like I said, I've never seen anything like that, but I mean,
right. It's tough. There's a lot of people.
I do believe it's out there to some degree, but like I've never actually seen anything. I'd like to, just to have the experience.
Yeah.
But when you're there in the moment, I think but at the same time, like hearing stuff isn't hard for your body to do, especially when you're lacking sleep. And your mind's already on haunted shit, so then your body's already gonna sit there and play tricks on you.
Well,
and not necessarily see shit, but if you see something, I'd be like, okay, I saw that. That's different than actually hearing something, because you can just hear something in the distance that could be like a car, but it sounds like something's close to you.
That's exactly what I was just about to say, though, is that our brains are literally designed
to hear sounds a certain way,
to take things and make sense of it.
Yeah.
So when you hear something or you smell something or whatever, like your brain is literally designed to like matrix it into something that you can recognize.
Well, it's like that one thing, like they had those two words that had that sound clip. Whenever words you read with the sound clip would be the words you heard. Like it was like brainstorm and so something else. It was like brainstorm another word, but like when you looked at the word brainstorm, you would hear that word come out. It'd hear brainstorm, but as soon as you looked away to another word, it sounded like that word.
Yeah.
So it's like
your brain is designed to make sense, to process and make sense
sounds
of what you
heard,
of any of your senses. Yeah. Really, like they try to make sense of it, and so you kind of have to like break that down and break it apart and be like, did I actually really see that or experience that, or am I thinking I did and it's actually something else?
Yeah, I've never seen anything when my mind playing tricks on me. So like, I never had that happen. Like my mind playing tricks on me. I never be like, I saw this. I never had like hallucinations. I've never seen anything and just be that
I
it wasn't there.
I've never had any hallucinations.
I've tripped acid and seen things kind of a little bit, like not like super hard, but like
that's different though.
But I saw the TV mount a little bit. That's really about it. That's the only thing I've ever had in that space. Like I said, that's different. Like I've taken something to make it do that. But I've never just been walking outside and had like hallucinated somebody being there that wasn't there.
Right.
I mean, I've seen people with the corner of my eyes. That's just like your eyes playing tricks on you, like the black thing. You're like,
I also have that problem because like I have the black rim glasses. Yeah. And so all the time I will see shit and then I'll like look and then I'm like, oh, it moved with me. It's my fucking glasses or my hair. Mm-hmm. Or both my hair and my glasses. And that'll play tricks with me and I don't have good vision anyway.
Well, I don't know if you're just doing it right now, but like on my glass I can see like the reflection of my eyes and my glasses right here.
Oh, I can.
And I can see like the light glinting off that into my eye, which reflects off my eye onto my.
I can't see like my reflection of my eyes. Well, the only thing I can see are all the fucking smudges on my glasses.
Well, right now I can see the light coming here, and I can literally see it like hitting right here in my eye, and then like it's bouncing off that barely onto the inside of my glass. So I can see like dots like right here.
Yeah.
Which are from that lamp because it's reflecting off my eye onto my glasses.
It makes sense, but yeah, I can't see that in mine.
So sometimes I'll be doing that like, what the fuck is that? Like, I swear I see some shit in my house. I'll look, because as soon as I look, it's gone.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, it's maybe my glasses.
Right.
Playing tricks on me.
It makes sense.
It doesn't. Yeah, it's weird.
There's a lot of things that like. There are a lot of like experiences and shit that I think that can be debunked with like regular natural shit that's happening. But it's also, it's one of those things that, like...
Same time, it's not.
This has been happening for so fucking long.
Centuries.
And it's so many different stories and
so many different cultures.
So many different things.
All over the earth.
How is there... There has to be something that as a collective, humans in general are experiencing.
Yeah.
Now, could a lot of them be debunked? Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely. But the thought... that every single person not every single person, but everyone who's ever had an experience,
it's all lying.
It's all a joke. It's all a lie, or it's all some sort of misconception. Is just so far fetched to me.
Yeah,
it is more unbelievable that that's the case rather than there's just something that we just don't understand yet.
It's kind of like UFOs, same thing. You know?
Yeah.
UFOs. I remember like one of the what's that show? UFO show on TV. The Alien show.
Ancient Aliens?
Ancient Aliens. There's like one.
I love that show.
Which was he had like, the one thing that got me was like the toy of like the two toys of two different civilizations that looked the exact same.
Mm-hmm.
Halfway across the world from each other.
Yeah, how does that happen?
Right. Like jet plane toys.
Yeah.
Like fucking hundreds of years ago. Before jets even fucking existed.
Right.
Like it's just crazy to think like people also there has to be some
or it's like the creatures.
Yeah, creatures, yeah.
Like cryptids.
I don't know what that is.
The basically like all the like
Loch Ness and like Kraken,
like Bigfoot, and like the Jersey Devil,
Mothman,
Chupacabra, all those are like cryptids.
But back in the day, though, that's the thing about those. Like, we didn't know any better. Like, you saw something like that in the woods 20 years ago, you didn't have no recollection or detailed drawing. You know what the fuck it was, especially if it was hairless. You'd be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Some people see because some of the shit. I don't think all of them are like.
I literally saw a hairless bear the other day. Online, it looks totally different. You wouldn't even fucking recognize it as a bear if you saw it. You'd be like, "What the fuck is that?" What? It kind of does
look like a chupacabra.
It kind of was big. It's bigger than a chupacabra, obviously, because it's a fucking bear. But like, it looks so weird because there's no hair on it.
But if it was a bear cub, would it look like a chupacabra?
It probably could because it had no hair on it, so it looks like a hairless cat. It looks fucking weird. It looks like something you don't see all the time.
Right.
And same with other creatures and other things. Like people saw, like, I saw glowing stuff in the water. That could be bioluminescent creatures.
Right.
You didn't know about that because you didn't fucking explore the ocean 200 years ago.
Right.
Or I saw or people thought like squids were like come out of the water. Giant squids are actually just whale penises. Because I've heard like that. Like they didn't know what that was.
Yeah, I think that, but there are some things that have held strong for the last however many years.
Loch Ness. People claim Loch Ness is real. They have fucking searched that lake fucking time after time and they haven't found anything.
Right.
Or Bigfoot, same thing.
Same thing with Bigfoot.
Harry and Henderson's.
Harry and Henderson's. I actually just thought about that today because I was scrolling through HBO Max and it's one of those things that's like leaving soon.
Harry and the Hendersons, good movie. John Lithgow's great movie. Should watch it.
Harry and the Hendersons. But that's like the Skinwalker. Like
Skinwalker Ranch. Those fucking. How do you fake that on a fucking film on a CCTV?
Dude, I don't know. But
it looks so weird when they walk too.
Like the Skinwalker shit.
Skinwalker Ranch.
All of that is like.
I'd like to go there.
Like, that'd be sick.
I'd freak out if I saw anything. I'd be like,
like all of those shit, like all the way back from like the fucking Navajo. Like they have all of those stories.
So it can't be something new. That's someone just faked.
And people still see shit now.
Just like the Wendigos up in the fucking mountains.
It's crazy. I mean, it's kind of like the same thing. It's either something that we haven't found yet, or something.
Some other creature we've never seen before. We don't have good documentation because we find stuff all the time that's new.
Right.
Yeah, like all the stuff you see, like, oh, I knew that existed. I didn't know that existed.
Right.
Like you just see stuff, especially when you're walking around, especially in the woods. You're walking around at nighttime, like you don't have good vision because obviously humans are most of our what we take in is through our sight.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's not our sight's very limited. Like our sight was developed to be underwater, and it's adapted since we came on land. So it's not like the best. Like we have a fucking like hawk vision or like
it's sick.
It would be sick. But,
I wish I just had good vision.
Humans have shitty sight to begin with anyway, and our mind doesn't help that. So you're like, I saw this, I saw that. Like the same like people hear noises in them, and noises like they say like what's the name, like cougars. People used to think cougars were like creepy animals because they make that wow sound. They know what the fuck that was until they saw one doing it and fucking brought it. Oh, it's just a cougar. Right. That's what that sound is.
Speaking of hearing sounds, I have fucking heard sounds here lately.
Like what? You hear?
Occasionally with my good ear.
God damn.
The other day, I don't know if it was just my brain.
Here?
Yeah. Like at night, like while I was sleeping.
Oh, that's the worst time.
Yeah.
That's different too.
Twice.
And I think
that, but I do think that it was just like my mind playing tricks.
Like auditory tricks because you've been sleeping.
Yeah. So I was sleeping and I was in my dream, and now, of course, I can't remember what the word was. But
like it sounds like someone was sitting right next to you.
Yeah. So like but the thing is that I was saying the word in my dream. Like in my dream, I was talking, and whatever word it was, like let's say the word was sleep. Mm-hmm. Okay, I was in the process of saying the word, and at the same exact time, I woke up and I heard a male voice saying the word
sleep
in my ear, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like for example, if it was sleep, and it like so it just like finished the dream.
Yeah.
But I heard it.
Yeah. I've had stuff like that happen to me.
And I was like, what the fuck?
I've woken up to stuff like that. Like I'll hear like someone say something. I don't know what the word is, but I was like, I'm like, that was weird. But I don't freak out about it. I'm just like, I thought it was just me in the dream. Because obviously in the dream you hear stuff like you're actually there.
Yeah, but the weird thing is it was that like it was me saying it.
Yeah, I never.
And I know that I didn't wake up and say it. Mm-hmm. And I know that Smokestack didn't say it because he was passed out, and it wasn't a word that like it would be like something that he would like say in the middle of his sleep, and it would be super weird if he said that exact word that I was in the process of saying. And he doesn't sleep talk ever either. So I mean, I'm pretty sure it was just like my own mind playing tricks on me.
I'm sure
but
it was.
It freaked me out in the middle of the night. So that happened, and then the other night I went to bed and I had just fell asleep, and it was like 15 minutes, and I heard like a really loud like
bang or something.
No, it was like a breath, almost like a like right in my ear, and it woke me up.
It's weird.
And I was like, please leave me alone. If anyone's here, please leave me alone.
Did you say that?
Yeah, fuck yeah, I did. Are you kidding me? If anyone's here, please leave me alone.
I'm trying to get like I got work in the morning, dude. Like I gotta get sleep.
It was a weird sound.
Did the cats ever freak you out when they look at something and they stare?
Yeah, my dog did that. Oh yeah, they'll stare, and I'm like, hey, cut it out.
My dog did it last night. She laid in bed with me, and she just like was in there. I was like, looking at the door. I'm like,
yeah, dude, it freaks me out because the cats, like when we let the cats stay in bed with us, they will stay like on the edge of the bed and they will stare right out the door, and it freaks me out. But I'm like, they also probably just have that like protective instinct of like, if anything comes in this room
where I'm at, like,
then I'm here.
I still let my dog out.
So it is like a good thing, but also it just freaks me out just watching them just like stare.
There's one meme I saw by this one artist. He's like, there's a guy looking at his cat, and you see the cat looking at him. He's like, hey man, what's going on, cat? What are you looking at? And you see him looking at him, and you see the cat's like looking at some like demon in the corner.
Yeah.
And he's just like looking at this. He's like, and the guy's like, what the fuck are you looking at? And the cat's like staring at us like in the corner, whatever the fuck. He's like, oh shit. And they say they do that, dude. My dog does. I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at? I have to keep my dog out. Fuck, bark. She's gonna bark at it. I don't give a shit. It does, dude. Like I've woken up to like bang. I heard like a bang. Like, what the fuck was that? But I'll be dreaming. The other night, I had to wake myself up because it was a dream I was experiencing. I was falling off a cliff in the snow, and I knew it was a dream. I'm like, it works. I'm like, okay, I gotta wake. I get up, and then and then I can feel myself asleep while in the dream. Like, I'll be in the dreaming stuff, like doing stuff, but I know
that you're dreaming.
That I'm also, but I know I'm dreaming, but I can't control the dream. I know that I'm asleep on the outside.
Yeah, see,
I'm
I can't.
Wake up, and I'm like,
I've never been able to.
And I can finally get. I'm like. You get like this whole weight off your chest, like, cause like it's almost like sleep paralysis. Like I'll fall asleep into a dream, but like not be all the way asleep yet, but my eyes are closed. So like I know I'm just drifting into the dreamland. I'm like, okay, this whatever I'm starting to dream about is like intense. I don't want to deal with it or whatever. Now I'm like, I've got to wake up. But yeah, I've done that too with dreams. I was like, I got to get. I'm like. Like, okay, I got up. Great.
I've never experienced that before.
Sleep paralysis is weird.
Where like I know that I'm
asleep and you need to get up.
Yeah,
I've never. It's so hard to fight against it.
Like I've never like. I don't know. I've just always woken up.
If you do, it's rough. It's hard to get out of it. It's almost like you're stuck, like you're trapped, and you're like fighting like inside of your brain. Like, okay, wake up, get up, move anything, a muscle.
Yeah.
Which then basically get you out of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh
my ex started having really serious like sleep paralysis.
That's why I don't lay on my back when I go to bed anymore. I don't lay on my back when I fall asleep. Unless I'm like daytime or on the couch or whatever.
Yeah.
Or in my bed in the daytime I will. Or like at nighttime, I'm always on my side or on my stomach. I don't lay on my back because of that. Because I'm gonna sit down. I know I'm gonna wake up and sleep. Be like have that thing and like see stuff and like come out and
Yeah, I thankfully have never had an experience like that. But yeah, I think my ex, I think a lot of it was fueled by his alcoholism.
I'm sure.
That he was having really bad like sleep paralysis.
Yeah, drugs definitely affect that.
I couldn't help it all, and I didn't know what to do.
Right.
But it was really bad, and I was just like, I'm completely helpless here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do at all to help you. I think unless it was you, I don't think it was you. I think it was Smokestack. Like we have talked about, like lucid dreaming and shit like that before.
We've talked about it before. They actually just had a case about an actual legit way to do it. But it's like a lot of steps. You have to like wake up and then like you have to like sleep for so many hours and wake up for like 10 minutes and go back to bed and do this and do that. So it's almost like a step-by-step thing.
Yeah, well, I think it must have been him and not you. I was pretty sure it was him anyway, but of course there's always that possibility that it was actually you instead when we talked about it. But I think that like at one point he was like trying to do it. Like I think it was like after Inception came out and everyone tried to like lucid
drink
dream.
apple juice.
But he had tried to do it and he was like kind of succeeded a little bit of just like I know I'm in a dream and like starting to like maybe like control some things a little bit. And then I think he said that he started having like sleep paralysis problems and he was like, and I've never done it again because it really started to like freak him.
I tried into that one time. I know drinking apple juice helps increase your dream like vividness. You drink a lot of apple juice. Yeah, especially helps you have more vivid dreams.
No wonder kids are so scared all the time.
But plus also what I know is when you fucking get ripped a lot, that represses like a lot of dreams. So you don't really dream a much. Or you don't remember them because you're fucking stone out of your mind and you go to sleep.
Right. When like we go on breaks and stuff,
Yeah.
he really has some like
Good dreams.
crazy
Yeah, because you're not smoking.
Crazy ass dreams.
But I remember trying to do lucid dreaming. I remember reading like books like to do stuff in like people say you can't read stuff in your dreams. I can. I also read that.
What do you mean by like read?
Like usually in your dream you can't like make out like numbers or letters. Your brain just can't do it.
I don't really dream all that much. Like I don't remember my dreams that much. Very rarely.
But I know I've seen stuff. I know like I can fly in my dreams, but only for a little bit. Like once I do it. I'm like, I can do it. And as I do it more and more, I can do it less and less.
Yeah.
Until I can't do it anymore. I don't know why. It just does. Or like I've had recurring dreams of like certain monsters or certain like people I've seen. One time I saw this girl, man. It's been a long time since I've seen her, but I saw her in my dream one time. I know I've seen her before, somewhere in my dreams at some other point in time.
Well, I read something a long time ago that your brain is actually not able to create new faces.
Yeah, that's people you've
and
seen.
That it's every person that you've ever dreamed about in your life is someone that you have seen at some point or another. Whether it's just like walking down the street and you don't realize that you are like subconsciously you have that person's like face in your head.
Yeah, there's times where like you've popped up in my dreams, like random, like you just been there, like, well, like, hey, what's up, dude? I'm like, okay, and then all of a sudden I turn around, like, a whole new dream. Like,
yeah, I have a problem where like I will start out a dream and it'll be a certain person, but then like halfway through the dream it's another person.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me too.
It's the same character,
but it's a different person.
It literally happened to me today.
Yeah.
Like I woke up. See, I have more dreams when I'm taking naps than I do when I like have a full sleep. Like at
kind of like.
I don't know if it's just like I remember them because I wasn't sleeping for as long or what. But had one today, and so random. But started out in the dream I was having was, did you watch Army of the Dead?
No, I never did see it.
Okay, well there is this like German guy who is like the safe cracker guy.
Yeah, okay.
For some reason, he was the guy who was in my dream. And then halfway through it changed to Smokestack.
Yeah, it happens.
And I was just like, what the fuck?
Just like scenery changes and you're just like in your room, all of a sudden you're next outside the beach. You're like, what the fuck?
And I'm like, were you the whole time? And I was just for some reason replacing you with his image for some unknown reason? Or were like you supposed to be him? Or like did it actually just change and he was him and you were you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. Dreams are weird. So weird.
I remember when I was learning how to do lucid dreaming, I did like he was like one thing is like to do stuff in the outside world that you are like almost like put your finger against the palm of your hand for like 5 seconds. He's like, and then in your dreams when you see that, it's a sign that you're dreaming, and then like your hand will like go through your hand, so you know you're dreaming. Or like do you repeat that stuff during the day and like tell yourself, hey, I'm lucid dreaming, and then
kind of like the little totems in Inception.
Yeah, kind of.
They all had to like.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Like.
No, they're dreaming still. Like his little spinning top.
Yeah.
But like it's like that. So it's like do something outside the world, like open hands like this a bunch of times every hour, and say I'm lucid dreaming, and then in your dreams you see that, you'll know, oh, I'm dreaming, and that you can also like hop in. I think I've had one lucid dream and it didn't last long, but I know I'm dreaming in my dreams. Like I know I'm dreaming sometimes, but I can't control it. Like if I'm in water and I start breathing, I know I'm in a dream underwater breathing, because like
you can't do that in real life.
You can't do that in real life, but I can't control it.
Right.
And that's worse. There's a few dreams I don't like having. One being underwater. Fair. In any way, because I always see shit down there like huge creatures and sharks and stuff like that. That's creeps me out. One, spiders. I don't like seeing those in my dreams. They usually freak me the fuck out.
I fucking hate spiders in real life.
Ghost dreams. Ghosts creep me out. Like the one, dude, I swear I had one dream with a ghost. We were in this big ass fucking mansion. My mansions are always fucking huge. Like huge and fucking like so many levels and so many platforms crossing over each other. Yeah. And like I was like there's a bridge over to the other side of the fucking mansion.
Winchester mansion.
Yeah, it's just huge. And we were walking out of this fucking mansion. And I literally got up. And I was really I didn't get up. I was like walking out the door, and as I was closing the door behind me, I turned around to close it, and in the fucking crack of the door was a face. And it freaked me the fuck out, man. God, that was so horrible. Now I don't have that many scary dreams that often. That freaked me out, because it's like almost like a shock. Like you didn't expect it. It's just there. You're like, and I'm like, oh my God,
Jesus
I don't have many nightmares anymore, but I mean,
Hamlet.
usually it's like sad stuff. Like
Yeah, when I have nightmares, it's like
one time, like I had like my daughter died in one dream.
one episode.
That was sad, but
Yeah, my nightmares as an adult have become more of like really sad things of like people dying rather than like things that go bump in the night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have dreams about being at work. That's fucking suck.
That's a nightmare.
I hate those. I'm like, I'll be in the back and I'll come out like everything's fucking empty. I'm like, I gotta fill stuff. I gotta do this or like people will be there that don't like. That'll be like people I've seen like movies be there. Like one time like Vin Diesel's in the back room where I worked at.
Oh my god!
Or like I'm working there doing work. And I'm like in a whole new store. There was one time there's one like dream I have kind of recurring. Not necessarily the same dream, but like the same area is like I go in the store and there's like this back room. I go so like this old like hallway and I'm like in this like this secret area of the store.
Area. That's where you keep all the back stock.
Yeah, I guess
people don't believe that you're out of.
Yeah, but there's like a secret. I'm like, that's cool. I was going to that secret area. But like there's one dream I had was like kind of a nightmare. It was like the monster below on the stairwell. Like it was like you go on the stairwell like a building. You go down the stairs and if you get past a certain point, the monster wakes up and chases you.
Oh.
So every time it does that, I feel like I hate that. I had that dream in a long time, but
yeah, actually, a lot of my nightmares used to be like
things chasing you.
No, it was always like fucked up shit.
You can't
like
run.
People dying or
not too often.
Like people hurting me or shit like that. Like that one reoccurring nightmare. I know if we talked about it before at some point. Like I used to have one reoccurring nightmare, but my brother killing me.
That's weird.
Yeah, like started when I was like 4 or 5. Like I had this reoccurring nightmare that my brother would shove worms down my throat and I would choke and die on the worms and then he wouldn't show up to my funeral.
Sad. I mean, fuck him now, but it's sad then.
Yeah, exactly. But that was my reoccurring nightmare as a kid. Like it wasn't like ghosts and monsters chasing me and shit like that.
Yeah, I never had monster dreams really.
Like that was what mine was. And then when I was a teenager, I started having reoccurring nightmares about a kid that I knew at school, like shooting up the school.
That's crazy.
That was like a couple years ahead of me.
I've had a dream about that.
And I like saw him at school the next day.
Freaked out
and had a fucking panic attack. And the thing is, I saw him in the cafeteria,
where it happened.
Which is where in my dream that's where it happened.
I swear I've had.
And I fucking lost it. Like I think I went home that day. Like I had a straight up fucking panic attack.
I swear I have seen the future in my dreams. Like deja vu, but like see my dreams and it's happened that day. Now sometimes it's just like, okay, well that dude's every day, so it's just like a reoccurring thing.
Right.
But some things I swear have happened that I've seen in my dreams that didn't happen like the following day.
It's I have really so weird. Much fucking deja vu.
And
it's ridiculous.
I have one dream of like not monsters following me, but like I say more ghosts and shit. Like there was one I had wasn't that like people breaking into my house is a creepy one?
Oh, dude, I had those.
I was in my parents' house and I'm walking down the stairs. Cause you go down the stairs and all of a sudden you have like the living room. It's like an L shape around the kitchen because the kitchen's right here and there's the L shaped living room and then the door. Mm-hmm. I went downstairs and I took a left and there was the door was open, like wide open, middle of the night, wide open. And then I turned around towards the stair and there was this fucking 6-armed dude. This like Taliban dude with like 6 arms holding swords, and it just scared me because he just like popped up out of nowhere. Right. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
What the fuck? Yeah, that would freak me out.
Oh, like I crawl into things I aren't supposed to be like crawled into, like.
Well, whose fault's that?
Well, yeah, well it's mine, but it's just like I'll be like I'll crawl through like a fucking like a little small vent some way somehow. And I'm like, how am I getting through this? And I got him somehow like the dream changes. It's weird. I did fight Darth Vader at Sub-Zero once. That was cool. That was dope. That was a dope ass dream. We were like in this. Awesome. It was like a half stadium. Like you had like a wall on one side, and like a half semicircle on the other, or just seats, and people were just watching this fight like in this lava.
That's fucking hilarious.
That was a cool dream. And the one where I was on the mountains, I was in my old school building. My school was like in the mountain, like.
I think you've told me this before.
Yeah, school was like in the mountain, kind of itself, like on top of the mountain, and like it was sitting on looking out over the horizon, and it was the orange like sunset sky, and the sun was purple.
Yeah.
And it was like almost like an old west kind of looking. That was gorgeous dream I've ever had. But I never had anything like that since then. Not that I can remember.
I also remember your one dream that you told us about on here. That was about like you running away from like fucking what was it, vampires?
Oh yeah, my vampire dream.
And then
Yeah.
you fucking jumped into the water and
Yeah.
oh my god, I still think about that sometimes.
That
That's
was-
the funniest fucking.
It was
thing
me.
I've
It was like
ever
the
heard.
kind of you said about the character changes. It was me and the guy and like a cartoon character from a show, and we were like in this old church hunting vampires. I remember going up the steps and it was like, oh, don't go there. There's
Vampires.
gargoyles and stuff. There's vampires up there. And somehow we went through there and it got outside. And then next thing I heard this like this alarm ring all of a sudden, like kind of like mid, like it was like stormy weather, kind of
Yeah.
rolling in. And I remember hearing this bell and I was like, they're like, everybody started freaking like, shit, it's the time. And so everybody started running around and I was like, jumped to the fucking pond. I was like, oh, we gotta hide. And everybody's fucking running off like it's like a small town. Everybody's running everywhere in a small town, like all across the streets and stuff, like all through town. And I was like, oh, go jump in the pond. And they found me.
I think that may have been episode 3. I'm
But-
like looking back at all of our notes.
But yeah, that was a crazy dream. That wasn't even really that scary, I guess. It was just like intense. But yeah, I'm excited to go ghost hunting.
Me too. That's where this
And
whole thing started.
I
And
hope
fuck
we-
Zak Bagans.
I hope we see stuff or at least hear some stuff. I hope if we go there and don't hear anything, I'm gonna be mad at you. I'm like, you
Why?
bitch, because you're like, this place is super fucking haunted. I almost fucking died here like 8 times. I'm
I
like,
did not
and I'm like,
say
I saw like 6 ghosts and I saw some dude getting a BJ behind the dumpster, but that wasn't a ghost. That was just a dude getting a BJ behind the dumpster.
May have been a ghost.
Maybe
I
a
don't know.
ghost. I know. Is a ghost gonna BJ or the BJ? Is a ghost doing the BJ? Got a good
Dude,
slop
I
job.
hope ghosts
Got a
give,
suck job.
I hope ghosts give out slop jobs. Would you get a BJ from a ghost?
Or whatever. Not about me now.
What if it uses teeth?
A little bit of teeth on her again. A little minor amount.
You heard
but,
it
like,
here, folks.
I mean,
Gouge
it
eats.
I mean, eats
ghost dick.
I eat ghost ass, but I mean, you put your tongue in, you see your tongue because they're invisible. Just tongue and nothing. Hey man, I mean, it's gotta be clean. They gotta like wash up. For saying they like walk out the fucking building, like yo, they got a deep voice apparently. Yo, I'm like, nah, you gotta clean that up a little bit. Get that rectoplasma out.
Oh my god. Okay. On that note,
that's great.
we should wrap this shit up
Okay,
because it's been forever. But we gave you a nice long one since it's been a while.
yeah, give that long.
We
One.
give you that,
That
nice.
long-
We're gonna give you that long.
That
one.
long tea, that long discussion.
Yeah. We're giving you the big P, the big podcast.
Give that big PC.
We're giving you the long D and the big P.
We're giving that. We're giving that fucking.
We're gonna give you a long D.
We're giving that Limp Bagans. Super limpy.
So
Like ultra
God, he's
limp.
the worst.
Ultra limp.
But all right, everybody, you know the deal.
Deal.
Like, add,
Subscribe
share,
and share and
all
follow
that
us
shit.
on the formats. And
All of them.
hopefully by the next episode we'll have some videos.
Okay. We should
Hola.
have some. We should have some videos.
Videos
We
of
will
the
definitely-
ghost hunting adventures.
Yes,
So
we will
and
do that. Probably sometime next month.
Hopefully, because it's getting spooky season. Halloween's coming up, and
Yeah,
Getting
we could
fall.
do a Halloween special.
I don't know what's
We could
special.
go. We could go live on Halloween.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it
Fuck it.
live.
Fuck, we'll do it live.
We should do a live Halloween special to all of our 0 subscribers. Live ghost hunting on Twitch.
I don't know about all that.
I don't know about all
I'm
that.
trying to get murdered on fucking live
Oh
film.
my god,
film.
that'd be sick.
It would be sick. I'd be pretty pissed because I had shit to do.
It would haunt me for the rest of my fucking life.
What else am I gonna do? Not if I get trapped in the fucking firehouse of fucking Orville.
Orville. Orville.
Orville Redenbacher out there, motherfucker. And if that happens, dude, I'm gonna be mad. Like, he's like, people keep saying they're scared of me. I don't know why. I'm like, I was scared of you too until I got murdered.
I was scared too until you murdered me.
You dick. Yeah, I would. I hope that next time we do, and I hope we do hear some stuff. Because if not, I'm gonna be like, man, that'd be fun to
We'll just have to go
experience.
somewhere else.
It'd be fun to experience because you said that shit happens there, so I would like to hear some stuff. But I'm I'm getting my hopes up to be scared, and I hate being scared. I don't fucking enjoy being scared, like jump scares and like being in creepy environments. I hate it, but like it's also fun at the same time.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
The best part about getting the camera, though, is that, like, in my eyes, we're really only investing in the EMF detector
We're
and the
investing
voice
in our
recorder.
future.
Well, yeah, but like
Our future. That's
Right.
very mystical and stuff, Dad.
right now, we're kind of the only thing we're spending on actual ghost hunting would be the EMF detector and the voice recorder. Because the reality of it is that we've wanted a
Camera.
and so we will use the shit out of the camera. Anyway, like we said, like us on all the shit. Keep
Yeah.
an eye out for our ghost hunting adventures.
Yep. Keep an eye out for that, and
keep an eye out for the next episodes too.
Hope you guys have a good day. If you're listening now, if it's your birthday, happy birthday. Just got off work. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and if you're going to bed, well, get some good dreams.
Yeah, don't dream about fucking Limp Dick Bagans.
Or ghost or creepy shit.
Yeah, don't dream about any of that. Don't have any nightmares.
Yeah.
Just dream about the soothing sounds of our voices.
I don't know about soothing. I call us cackling and fucking yelling at each other soothing. But
I think it's soothing.
Well, until next time, here on the GreasyGeesies, this is PB Gouch signing out.
Slinky, out.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bitch, shit, test it. Test that bitch.
Shit, bitch, fucking ass and blap.
Water.
What?
Not a sponsor.
El agua. Muy caliente. Water. Very hot.
Very hot.
Very hot.
Very spicy.